And just so everybody knows, the title of the stream today is saying goodbye to Outcasts of the Sea. So I just want you all to just, yeah, it's, I'm sad, so, yikes.
So Sarah's fucking it took me a minute. I had to get a shirt.
That's fair, because you have paint on it, right?
No, I still get the Outcast shirt.
Aww. Wait, I'm not wearing the Outcast shirt. I should have put it on. Okay, it's Jag, stop. It's too late. I'm just gonna get to you.
No, it's too bad. You get to know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna read it. I'm sorry. I just don't have the time to.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right. So, now that we're live,
let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Yay.
So, Jag, you're about to go through the itemized list of crimes you've committed?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, listen, okay, here, this is how I want to open this. Because this is our final session with this cast, this is something I wanted to do to open up. So shut the fuck up for a minute and let me talk. I'm sorry.
No.
No, I hate you guys. Can we go around and just, like, introduce ourselves? Because we never do that. I'm taking a page out of Jag's book.
We're doing.
Yeah, we're
pronoun go around.
We're gonna do a little name and pronoun go around. Just basically, we'll go down the list starting with Steven. Because you're at the top on my Twitch layout, so you get to go first. Just like your name and who you played, since you played two characters.
I'm Steven. I mainly played Tanari, but for a brief stint I played Vandor, who I'm the only one who ever pronounced the name right.
It's Vander. It's fine.
No, it's like Van Door.
I know.
And as for pronouns, fuck you, audience. I don't trust you.
Fair enough.
I don't trust you with my pronouns.
That's fair enough. All right, Dante, your turn.
Hi, this is so stupid. We've literally never done
We've
this.
never done this, and I figured since it's our last episode, we might as well do it for the first time.
Are you making this a thing for?
No, probably not.
Okay.
That's why it's a special occasion. We should have like little party poppers or something, you know?
Hold on. Where is it?
Just introduce yourself.
This is the closest thing I can get to that.
Okay, that's fair.
Hi,
Surprise
I'm
party pronouns. Exactly.
I'm Dante. I played Piers Blackwell.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't switch characters.
No, you didn't. Surprisingly. Alright, Liz.
If you count Red as a separate character.
No, it's the same entity.
Name's Liz. Played Pud.
Good job. Alicia?
Yo, I'm Alicia. I use any pronouns. I played Raven.
And, Jaggy.
Hi, Jeg Minecraft 20, they she. I played Tony, who was the 5th member of the Outcasts since about August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to be here for so long, and I'm very happy I got to be.
You were here for the last 2 seasons, you know?
Yeah.
You kind of came as a mid-season add-on.
Yeah, pretty great.
You weren't supposed to be around this long. It's kind of weird that you are. I don't know. Why are you here, Jay? I'm kidding.
You know what? You guys needed some representation, all right?
It's true. We needed the girls. We only had the gays.
And Tony uses she, her pronouns, and we officially made it canon over the course of this game that she is trans, so I'd say that's a win.
A little clap. And I guess, yeah, for me, hi, I'm Caleb, the DM, I'm literally everybody else. And I want to cry! Yay! Anyway, so, we're doing our epilogue session. This is gonna be our final goodbyes. This is shut the fuck up, please! Shit.
Okay, is there a problem?
It's fine. This is our place. We're gonna be saying our final goodbyes. We're gonna yeah, this is, we have a couple things. I think we'll go mainly one by one. We'll do some wrap up for roleplay scenes if there's something you specifically want to roleplay out in that short time. Other than that, we're gonna just go through, talk about what happens to your characters, where the future leads, since right now, I mean, the world is saved thanks to all of you. The Isles have never been more secure, and, well, you guys have your entire lives ahead of you. So, you guys want to go for fish and chips?
And boba?
And boba? Fish and chips and boba is what you asked for. So
That sounds like such a weird combo.
That's
it
really
does.
the
It really
shittest-
does.
That's the shittest.
This is what you've asked for, though.
Was it? What the fuck's it called? Like fusion restaurants? That's the shittiest fusion that I've ever heard of.
Is it?
Like 2 different stalls. One goes to
Yeah.
one stall, the other goes to the other
Yeah,
stall.
listen,
Like
listen,
in the middle of the road.
the fish and chips place on Tanso that you guys would always go to, and like was like the basically where you guys met, for lack of a better term. You stayed in the inn above that place like once at the very first, like when you first met each other. But like now, like there's been like there's like a little boba shop that opened up next door, and like they do like co-op orders. It's weird, but
Is it like a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell?
it's a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. There we go.
Good.
Thank you for the bonk.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's yeah. Oh fuck. I wish I had more time to prepare this. You guys asked for this literally minutes before, but we can say yeah. Probably like the day after the world is saved and Tiamat is gone. You guys take the time to recoup and recover. The equivalent of a long rest. I don't know why I'm giving you a long rest. It's not like you're gonna need it, but
Absolutely needed that.
absolutely. So everybody, you feel free to take a long rest. And you guys can go out. Since I'm assuming you guys will just teleport back to Tanso. That is currently where most of the dragons are. Though, at this point, I believe Neff would be packing up, making her way back to Fahara. And Tam probably still hanging around, though Tam at this point is no longer in their cat form. It is just in their tabaxi form. Kind of lost that right, but because at this point, for clarification, the dragons have lost a significant portion of their power, making them still powerful beings in their nature as level 20s of whatever class, but still something about their draconic power was lost to help you in your fight. They're doing fine, and they don't appear to be like sick or weakened or anything, but it's just something about them's just like slightly different. But that's just other things you would notice. But yeah, you guys go out for boba and fish and chips, and this weird combination boba fish and chips place. And
I realized Pud would probably just eat both of them and act like it's perfectly normal. Like, oh.
oh, yeah.
I feel like I should be. I'm really happy we're doing this. Like, freaky combos aside, this is nice.
Yeah.
It's a very heavy combination. Was not expecting this.
I know out of character, Steven's the one that suggested we get boba. Did Tanari decide that boba was good for the fish and chips? Like, it just happens to be
it
here?
just happens to be like
No,
there's a
I know
fish
that it's a
Listen,
combination.
Tanari
but,
was like, I don't really care about fish and chips. I just want to get boba. And everyone's like, let's do both. And
Well, no,
Yeah,
it happens
Well,
that
it's a
they
combo.
also sell boba at the fish and chips place. It's
I'm just
a
saying,
weird
we didn't
combination.
have to do this. We didn't have to get the boba. We decided to do this.
Tanari was like, I want
I
boba.
decided.
I
It
don't
was
care
a
about fish and
character
chips. And then
choice.
everyone was like, let's do both. And Tanari was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fine, whatever you want.
Just thinking that, like, what's boba? Yo.
Hey, Tanori, I see you've drinking some boba, but you haven't eaten your fish and chips. Are you not gonna, like,
Come on, take a bite. What are you doing?
So it has floating things in it?
They're
Yeah.
good.
What is it?
It's
I think I heard someone say like tapioca, something like that.
it's tea.
It's tea. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a caffeinated.
You know, the pearls, they taste like fruit. And then, yes, it can be any
They
kind
do
of tea.
not taste like fruit.
No, yeah, they do. Like, have you ever gotten like
Wait.
raspberry popping?
No, I get the weird black ones.
Those are pretty good, but they stick to my
They're,
teeth.
they're like classic, or so I'm
Mm.
told.
Hmm. But yeah, no, Raven,
Uh,
I think you'll like it.
Okay. I guess I'll trust you.
They have coffee flavor.
Sold.
Well, actually, as you guys sit together and enjoy this weird fucking meal, I can't believe this is what we decided our like final meal to be. While you're together, what do you guys want to tell each other about your plans?
By the way, I'm gonna take like a little trip out to well, mm, I've been working on a little something. After this, I'll take you to show it off. I made like a little statue, right? It's not much, but it's you know it's a cute little statue. And I was gonna put it up, and I wanted to know what you guys thought, because this will capture your complexion for the rest of time. See, it's good to actually get like a look at it first.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Also, Pied is going to put a tip on the table of 200 Electrum pieces.
Fucking hate you. I can't believe we've been playing together for 2.5 years. What the fuck is this bullshit?
Has been saving it for this moment.
I know you've been transferring it for this moment. This is why Electrum is not an eligible a token the way of in campaign 2. It's just not available.
What do you mean? What do you
not
mean?
piece.
Electrum doesn't exist anymore. I don't know what you mean. I'm deleting it. I'm
What
control Zing it. Like, you know, it's just I'm
What
deleting it.
what happens in 30 years where Electrum goes
Kaboof! Doesn't
Wish spell.
exist. A wish
Wish
spell.
spell.
A wish spell from like some weird blue-haired tiefling in the on the Isles who just is fucking sick and tired of it. All right,
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Watch yourself before I counter wish spell to make Electrum the only currency. Watch yourself.
Anyway,
And then actually after that I was planning to like head to the main continent for a while and just kind of, you know, explore some.
The main continent? What's there? Or is it just for exploring?
Exploring, spreading the good name. You know how it is.
Ah, I see. Well, best of luck with that, Pud.
Also, I need to make sure you all... Okay, do you all still have the Word of Recall stones I sent you and gave you?
I
Yes?
think so. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Beers?
Yeah, but I don't see any reason to get rid of it.
Okay, good. We should meet again.
Oh, I mean, we will, obviously.
I mean, yes, but I'm thinking of the... Oh... We have to meet and have like a good dinner together at least once a year. This is a requirement. Like, I will teleport to you and force you to come.
I see.
Pud, I will eat with you any day of the week. I can definitely do once a year.
Don't worry, Raven. We'll have a monthly family dinner.
Okay.
You guys got any plans for the future?
I'm... Oh, no, by all means,
Fun-
go first.
So I find it funny that you're going back to my home because that's where I'm going. I think
Yeah.
it's about high time I take out that king.
Oh, you're finally gonna do that. Oh.
Yeah, and I know that we've all been through hell and back quite literally, but I think this is the one thing I have to do on my own.
I wish you the best of luck then.
Right. If you do die, I doubt that you will, but if you do.
But I nearly sucked myself into a Terran reality and ended up with half of my face missing. I think I'm gonna live through this.
Is that supposed to make us feel more comfortable, or are we expecting to see
These-
a walking skeleton by the time you get back?
Oh, we'll see what happens.
You know, I'm starting to think
I've-
your family has a self-preservation issue.
We've all been through horrible fights and probably the most and two of the most strongest beings in this known universe. I think a measly little army isn't gonna stop me.
But to be honest, I just assumed that Pierce couldn't die, like this entire time.
I feel like that's a naive
I don't know
assumption to
why
make.
you would.
No,
I don't
not
know
like
why
you
would
can't be
say that.
killed, but like you can't die. Like you're mortal, but considering everything that has happened to you, it's just like something's looking out for you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm the one looking out. Do you know how many spell slots I've used healing Pierce?
By all means, that last fight, I should have been dust, but Pud was apparently fast enough to not let that happen.
That's pretty good at that.
Yeah.
6 seconds is a long time.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you not listen in on our conversation? Like this is like a five-way thing. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, by the way, Pierce,
Yeah.
the final kill count for you, by the way, I'm pretty sure is you have killed Oswald 5 times. 5 separate occasions. And
I mean, I don't. Whose fault is that for continuously putting him near me?
I feel like that's kind of the abuser blaming the victim in this situation.
I just
wanna-
wanted. I understand that you know, I just want to give you this little opportunity, and then I want to summon Oswald in front of Piers. You can go ahead and apologize.
Oh, thank goodness.
Sure. I'm sorry that I've been the cause of every one of your deaths, nearly.
Not everyone. I think Tony killed Oswald once.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there was that one time where it was Osmodeus, not you.
True.
Although, technically, Tony summoned what killed Oswald.
True.
Actually, that's a good point. Hey, Tony, do you also want to apologize?
Oh, hey, Oswald, I'm really sorry. If you want me to build you, like, a robotic suit of bird armor, so this will never happen again, keep in touch.
Yeah, I think Oswald's good. I
He's
mean,
so cute.
see, like, I think that's a great idea and all, but also, you have felt the weight of Oswald. You know how light he is. And then I wanna like scooch my chair like over a bit and then whisper slightly in Tony's ear. I don't think Oswald could carry that. He's a bit self-conscious about how strong he is, you know.
Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe I'll just build Oswald a really nice birdhouse to spend his retirement.
Oh, you think Oswald gets to retire? No, Oswald comes with me.
Can I roll an insight check on Oswald to see how he feels about this?
Sure? Yeah, go for it. Go ahead, roll me an insight check on the bird.
Lovely, because I feel like we never talk about Oswald's feelings.
And Liz, go ahead and roll me a deception check on Oswald's part.
Okay. L5E stats.
That's a dirty 20, and I'm not gonna... You know what? This might be a flash. This might be my last roll.
think
but
you'll
I'm not
need
gonna
it.
use
It's,
flash.
you're inciting an owl.
Okay. No, I gotta try this. I gotta try this.
You gotta go. You
Let's
gotta
go. Nat 20, Oswald. Nat 20.
No.
How does Oswald
No.
feel?
Uh, Oswald's kind of indifferent to it, but Oswald exists as a form of worship to Saloon. So being able to help an aspect of Saloon is what Oswald lives for, and therefore Oswald will never want to retire.
It's true. I mean,
So-
Oswald is a cosmic being. and
Also,
doesn't
Oswald doesn't
really-
get tired.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oswald doesn't tire. He's a little cosmic owl.
That's great. Okay.
So.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
What about everyone else? What are the rest of us doing?
Well, I'm heading home, I guess.
Home?
Yeah,
Like,
home.
Violet Bay.
Mm-hmm. There's things I need to work out there.
All right. You better be safe. Call me if anything happens.
I'm always safe.
That is not true. Like, at all.
Completely true.
Hey, remember that time when you drank literal poison that killed you instantly?
That was one time.
Wait, what?
Oh, you weren't there for that.
You will
No,
not
wait.
let that go.
I thought your whole thing was being lucky. Instant death does not sound like lucky.
Well, he turned into like a vampire,
You know what's funny is it didn't work the first. Nothing happened the first time, so I thought, hey, why not a second time?
Yeah.
What?
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and then Tenari did it.
Yeah.
Speaking of low self-preservation, glad we're talking about this now.
I have gotten better. They have gotten worse.
Oswald didn't exist then, alright? But still, you need to call me if anything happens.
I'll keep you informed if anything needs to be brought to your attention. All right?
If I find out you died, you are going to get... Oh, you're gonna get such a lecture after I resurrect you.
What are you gonna do? Ground me?
In the ground.
Maybe. I'm gonna ground you and send you to your room on the moon. Don't test me on this.
Can't do that.
Also,
Oh, hey.
Tony, I
Yeah?
like how you said, "What is everyone else doing?" As if you haven't even shared your plans.
Yeah. I've got to be honest, I feel like whatever I'm going to do is the least interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like me and I like the stuff I do, but before the adventure started, for me, the rest of you were drinking poison and planning to kill gods, and I was going to college, so...
Oh, sorry, you just reminded me of something. By the way, I forgot to tell all of you, I adopted a raven a little while back.
Oh, that's so cool! Congratulations!
Yeah. I realized I forgot to mention it. It's
That's
fine.
why I didn't want to be a part of my family.
Whoa.
Yeah, because, like, I realized it would mess some things up. Also, I did get married to Saloon. That is a separate thing that happened.
Oh my god!
It happened in the same night, you know, but...
The same... Oh,
It was a
Is that-
long night.
wait. Wait, before or after the...
Well, okay, because I need to adopt Raven first, and then I can get married, because, you know, like, package deal, I'm not...
Yeah, no, that makes sense, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So, does that mean that Saloon is Raven's mom, too?
Legally, yes.
Moon Law. This is good, this is good. I'm very happy with this situation.
Also,
But... yeah, Tanari?
you have something you need to say?
No, that's just Denari drinking the boba.
ASMR.
Can I do a...
ASMR.
Could I do a death suit?
Oh, that's it. That's.
Could-
It's nice
could-
playing with you guys. Thank you. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
10 ASMR.
Okay. Question: could I make a blowgun attack on Tanari with the boba straw?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an attack roll right now.
All right, sick. What does that use? That uses.
No, it's just a roll plus your dex.
Okay, that's not okay.
Because that's technically what your attack is. And you're not proficient in boba.
You're not proficiency.
You're not proficient in boba. You were also not proficiency. Does a 12 hit Tanari?
No. No, funnily enough, a 12 does not meet my AC at
Damn it.
level 18.
It just gets stuck on the wall behind him and slowly rolls down. So some poor minimum wage worker is gonna have to clean that up later. But don't worry, their 200-piece electrum tip will definitely cover it.
Mhm. That'll help him with rent for the next, like... I mean, it depends. It depends how rent is here, but it should be fine. I mean, it's not like we ever rented any place. Thinking about it, we kind of just bummed it at people's places the entire time we
The
were
amount of
venturing.
times that
You
we've
kinda
slept
do
in
that.
churches
Like, don't-
is phenomenal.
Actually, speaking of... Well, no, not speaking of bumming into places. I have been thinking about what I'm going to do. It's just... Once again, not as dynamic as killing a king or going on vacation or dealing with trauma, but I mean,
Dealing with trauma. Who's dealing with trauma? Oh,
I was
Pierce.
talking about
Right.
you. I really want to invent more. I don't just mean the armor at this point. I mean, I've realized I can do anything I want from here. I mean, for a while I was so worried that I'd be losing everything any day, but now I've got a lot more time than I thought I did.
Are you going to develop the Hexbox 360?
It's actually the Xbox Live. The Xbox 360 is already copyrighted.
You
Oh,
got hired
sure you-
on by Xbox?
No,
Oh, congratulations, Tony.
thank you. Not
Oh, I mean,
necessarily.
if you,
No, not
if
yet.
you already have a job. No, never mind.
I thought the brand was
Wait, no, I mean-
Microsoft.
It's not that I have a job lined up yet. It's that
Yeah.
I want to, make things and then maybe sell them, I guess. But I don't know. There's just a lot of ways to make people happy now that the bad stuff is done, and I want to make people happy for as long as possible. So, I guess we'll see.
Well, I mean, I have a suggestion on how,
Oh yeah.
if you'd be willing to help me out with it. I think it might be time for Edgar Feister to return.
You don't mean?
Oh, I'm
You
certainly
actually-
not good with
I am
that,
not
so-
resurrecting any Feister.
No. It was an alias I used to try to take over the corporation after we killed him.
And how did that go?
Well, people seemed to believe it. Seemed to believe I
that's-
was his nephew. So,
That's surprising.
from there, get the company started back up, and then
You're
legally
renaming it,
change my name to what it already is. And
Okay, well, best of luck with that then.
I mean,
Yes,
if all that falls through, you need somewhere to stay. You know. Wait, don't we also have a business already?
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
we do.
In fact, and I'm pretty.
But
So which one of us is gonna?
Neff's
Yeah,
been
so which
running it
one of
the
us is gonna
entire
stay
time.
on? So which one of us is gonna live on Nahara and properly take over?
Neff has been running it for you for so
3.
long. If none of you want to take it over, I mean,
I mean,
Also, I'm pretty sure the entirety of Ahara is just got consumed by acid. But, you know. Eh,
I have something. Okay, first of all, sorry. Just to be clear, you want me to? You want me on the team in
Well, I
the
need-
Feister Corporation?
I need someone who's good with the whole gears and gizmos thing. That's not really where my talents lie. I'm a better liar than I am a
You
craftsman.
specialize in taking away those gears and gizmos from other people.
Exactly.
Squeaky fingers.
I mean, the answer is yes. Like, absolutely yes. Thank you.
I mean, does any of us actually have to stay on Vahara to run the business? It's been running fine. It's just
I mean,
we've all got keys to the place.
I
Use it
don't.
as vacation home. Oh,
You,
right.
you don't.
I was
You don't
going
need
to say,
keys.
I don't need
Isn't
keys.
Tanara's name not technically on the deed? Isn't it technically? Isn't
oh
it?
yeah.
Isn't
Oh
it
yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Isn't it
Tanari wouldn't
Reapod and
sign it.
Spark?
Mm-hmm.
It's technically
Yeah.
Sparks, but Sparks not around right now.
Raven's not on it either.
Yeah, because you
That's
weirdos
true.
were like, "Oh, I need to hide my identity," and so people don't. So I can't put it on this. That realistically, Tanari, legally, this should be yours because it was given to us by your dad.
True.
Sorry, I'm just getting telepathic godly confirmation that Spark will check on the business if y'all don't.
Yeah.
Regular dates with Neff and such, I'm assuming.
Turns into a coffee shop instead of a tavern.
I mean, you know what? The next Avatar of Death kind of like needs a hobby, right?
Of course, of course.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. Tanari, quick question.
Hmm?
So on the plaque of the statue, what do you want me to put as your name? Because if you're gonna go along with this you are Edgar Feister bit for the rest of your life, you know.
Oh, it's not going to be the rest of my life. Just long enough that I can get the company started back up and in the right direction before I forge some documents to legally change my name to my actual name.
Oh.
Or
I
so,
see.
so you'd go in as Edgar Feister and be like, and then after a while, be like, hey, I'm giving all of my shares and stocks in the company to my good friend Tanari. Anyway, see ya. I'm leaving the company, and then you would come in as your actual self. Okay, I get it.
Wait,
Okay.
but no,
well,
that's
no,
not-
no, I'd
they
just be
have the
going
exact
through
same
like a
face.
legal name change. So I'd be like, I found out about some things my uncle did that I don't want to be associated with anymore, so I'm changing my name.
That's smart.
That's extremely reasonable too.
Yeah,
the
like
guy was
I
fucked up.
like out of character, Pud suggestion. Very funny. Very funny. Oh god. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
do they know Tanari though? Like, isn't that going to? I hope they don't have any records of you.
I mean,
Yeah, don't worry. There's not like a giant
water
statue of
posters.
you. There's not a giant statue of your perfect image. That's yeah.
Tanari was always a code name.
What?
Oh, yeah, you weren't here for that.
Yeah.
And you don't get to know my real name until I legally change it.
Wait, no, real name.
He doesn't like us saying his real name. I learned that the hard way.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
So, this real name we're talking about, you mean like the name you were assigned at birth? Like by your.
Yes.
That's the one.
Have you met Tanari's mom? Lovely woman.
Wonderful lady. I like her
Yeah,
a
no,
lot.
I mean, I was there. I thought she was dead naming you this whole time. Like, it's not.
I mean, yes and no. I just developed an attachment to my code name. But it wasn't like I didn't like my real name. It was more I didn't like people knowing my real name.
Oh. I'm not going to lie. I just thought that I wasn't the only. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Hey, let everyone grab their boba and follow me outside. Because I really do need your confirmation on the statue.
Oh,
Okay. Yep.
found again. And I swear to God,
You all get up, leave your 200 electrum tips on the table, and walk out to where are you headed, bud?
What island are we on currently?
Titsa.
Tanso. Does Pud actually like because in the few days of downtime in between killing Tiamat and now, uh, Pud worked to make the statues, right? And so they all basically look identical. And so Pud is going to bring you over to like kind of the center of town where there's just a giant statue with like a big blanket covering it. All right. So, and then Pud will unveil it, and it'll be a statue of, there will be, there's in total, uh, there is 7 figures in total.
Aw.
And they're aligned in a way where they're all facing outwards. And then in the middle of the statue, there is the corpse. It's kind of like a dead small Tiamat. And everyone has a statue.
Aw.
Because there's Tony, Pud, Raven, Piers, Tanari, Hilda, and Spark. All 7 have a little statue there. Oh yeah, Tony, you didn't really know those 2. They're nice people. You would love them.
Yeah, no, I've met Spark. This is really beautiful.
Okay, good. So everyone likes it?
No, yeah.
Lovely.
Okay, good. There's one of these on each of the islands, by the way.
Whoa.
How did you do this quickly?
Pud will hold up his hand and gesture to his ring that allows him to earthbend.
Oh,
You know,
I see.
it's pretty easy. I mean, if you want, I could give you like a cool mustache or something.
I'm okay. I'll pass.
All right. I wish all of you the best. If you need anything, I'm a Rocky Talkie away. Just give me a little ring.
Of course. Same to you. Best of luck on your travels.
I'll be fine.
Hey, Outcasts?
Yes, Tony?
Why are you referring to it like that, as if you're not
Yeah, that's
one of
weird.
us?
I love you.
Love you too.
It seemed like there was going to be a lot of finality here, and I don't know. I was getting worried, and like Pierce is going off to murder someone, and blah blah blah. I wanted to make sure that I said it before,
You said that as if that's anything new.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, he kind of does that.
I will see all of you in a year.
Minimum.
Hey, before we go, Tanari, did you want to say bye to Bubs?
Tony, we should really get going.
Yeah,
we have a
okay.
lot to do.
Can't wait.
Oh, okay then. Farewell, Tanari.
Wait, Tanari. Quick question.
Sonari's just kind of frozen there for a little bit at Raven's words. Tony has the floor.
Maybe before we go, you talk to the cat boy, or like, do we just need to leave? Because like it's a beautiful day outside, and
I'm sorry, do your thing.
You'll hear from me. I'll write you all soon.
Hey, Caleb.
And he's specifically looking at Raven when he says that.
Could I do a divine intervention to? Oh wait, no. because I want to make sure there's a specific photograph that I want to make permanent and make two permanent copies of it.
Which photographs?
Could I do?
Yes. Which photographs are they?
No, it's just one photograph, but I'm making two copies of it. It's the photograph of Tenari and Raven when they dressed up.
When they went to prom
Fake
together.
date?
Yeah.
With the fake dating.
When they fake dated.
And then I will.
Isn't that one already permanent?
No, I make a permanent copy. I just made I constantly just made different copies of it.
I will let you make a permanent copy of the fake date image because
Cool.
I love their silly little prom photo. It's adorable.
I'll take it and then I'll put it. I'll give it to Oswald and then I'll walk off and send Oswald to go give that to Nari.
So Nari has a little prom image. All right. Well, as the five of you move your separate ways, whether it be that day catching different boats to different islands or lands entirely, or teleporting back home to see family. Since we did already pre-rolled and made sure everybody was chill with the order we're going to go in, let's start with Piers. So.
Huh? I thought
Huh?
that's not. Is that actually what the fucking rules are? I'm looking at all of.
Yeah, no, we went so
coming
that
in.
lowest would be first, yeah.
We went
Oh,
lowest
that's
would be
fucking
first.
stupid. That's stupid, but okay.
Listen, it's because Liz rolled a natural 20 and then requested she go last. So, and I said,
Okay.
and I said, and I said, and I said,
You
you know
shit
what? That's,
assholes.
and I said, that's fine. Yeah.
Well,
So
I
that's
guess-
you're going first.
Well, for starters, I would acquire my two veteran friends, Sho and Petra, and for starters, get the fucking curse removed. Find literally anyone that can do it, which I could probably.
Do you take Petra back to Pud, or do you?
I'll find anyone.
Do you want to take her back to Pud? I mean, that's the question. Would Pud remove the curse on Petra?
I mean, it's the curse I put there, so no.
No. It's the other curse of where she wants to murder Tanari. Would you remove that one?
Oh yeah, I removed that one.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah. She'll keep the other one, but if,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't remember what the other one does.
The other one makes it so I get to decide for her. The point of it was I get to choose, and she fails one dexterity saving throw per day of my choice. Basically, she just trips and eats shit whenever I choose.
Okay. Well, I would get the deck of many things one.
Yeah.
Yes. Pod would definitely help.
All right. We'll say maybe a couple days after your Bubba experience, you call up Pud to meet somewhere away from Tanari and get this removed. And one thing you would realize is the moment you lift that curse, there's a sense of confusion about her. She doesn't appear to know where she is, but quickly clocks that you would show her there and is very excited to greet you. Once again, almost like she did when you guys first re-met. She kind of looks around, a little confused, and is like, did something happen? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my head's a little fuzzy, but I'm glad to see you all. This is, hi! It's good to meet you.
Hard to explain.
Okay.
Well,
I'll let you guys get to it. I was just here to remove your curse. Have a good one, Petra.
Nice to meet you too, friend. I don't know. Thank you.
And then she will see as Pud just fucking teleports away in front of her face. Just poof.
She does. She's seen wizards before. She's not phased. But.
You'll also go back to the school, because I'm assuming that's where he is, to pick up Mercury.
Yeah, you go pick up Mercury. He's been hanging out with your parents for a while.
We're just... I feel like I don't know if I've actually gone back there since.
You guys were there right before you head off. You head out for Tiamat. So
yeah, but
it's
so
been
I don't think
probably
they
it's been
have
like a
seen
week.
him.
Oh yeah. So hopefully you go and you say hi to your mom and dad who are there. Adriana and Calvin, back together thanks to you. Adriana is very concerned about the fact that like your face scar is even worse than it was before.
What the? His missing an eye, basically at this point, has half of a horn, and like hair will permanently not grow on half of his that side of the head. But sure,
She's
not that bad.
she's very concerned for a bit, but is happy to see that you're alive. Same with Mercury.
Who was not with us for that fight.
No, because he stayed back.
Yeah, but
Thank fucking God. Oh my God, I think I've lost my shit if I had to play him. I had so much going on, but yeah, you could pick up Mercury. And you could say a quick, you know, goodbye to your parents, though you'll probably see them again soon.
yeah,
You know,
if I don't succeed, I'm just coming back.
exactly. And Adriana tells you that, you know, you always have a place at home with them. And Calvin would let you know that they actually, the sort of suite that Adriana had been staying in, they actually have their own sort of home on Patola now. And that you're welcome to go there. Though they haven't entirely moved in yet, but they're planning on to it shortly. So they're actually moving out of a school so that they can actually have like their own home
Good.
life. It's about time, right? So, but yeah, they bought a house on Platala, and they're gonna be moving there. So in the meantime, while you catch the closest boat to get back to Solcax,
Going home the same way that I had arrived here.
Yeah, this time you bought your own tickets though. You didn't have to
Yeah, I didn't
kill a guy for him.
I didn't kill somebody and then take it.
That's
and then
character
take his
development
vacation.
right there. We win. But yeah, you make it back to Solcax, and the terrain hasn't changed much.
No, it's
Besides
not
the
Solcax.
seasons change. Isn't no fuck? It's the other one. Fuck.
No,
It's sorry. Listen, I cannot.
that's where
find
you
your
said I
backstory.
should have been. That's where you
No,
said I
that's
should
the
have been
other
from. And
one.
I just needed insert names to put into my backstory.
I know.
To put it in.
It's almost
So
like these worlds didn't exist until you built them for me.
I know.
Hold on. What is the place?
New Mandela.
Mandela, right? Yes. Solcax is the place you worked for, right? That's where the king is? No.
No, it would still be
New
the.
Mandela is.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I don't know what the map is and where exactly you
Neither
put
do
it.
I. It's not updated, and I have not updated this
I don't think
specific
even-
country because I've been working on Caldera for.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's somewhere in
It is
that
okay.
area.
To my knowledge, it should be. It is pretty much like. It's one of the most southernmost continents, and north of it is Caldera. So
It's a part of that. So what I'm imagining, it's
part of the.
it's
continent.
on the continent. It's on that continent, but it's the kingdom itself is like somewhere.
Yeah. The kingdom of New Mandela, but you would notice that the terrain hasn't changed, besides maybe some seasons changing and a few new buildings that you didn't recognize that have been built in the time you've been away. At this point, I'm gonna make you roll 2 D100s. It was only originally supposed to be 1, but Liz decided to throw in a little wild magic there, so I need to get my wild magic table out. Yeah, listen, this is what you've asked for, and this is where I'm putting it. And we're gonna just see how. Not that it is gonna overall affect it too much, but for the fun of it, right?
24.
And?
Imagine it being 100. That's 72.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, that's very good. It's been a couple of years at least. Maybe more since you've stepped back.
It's been a little while.
It's been a little while. But as you enter, stronger and way more confident than before, followed close behind by some of your closest friends. Not your closest, say, reserve that for the outcasts, but, the people who, you started with and now have taken back here to take the throne. I'll say this. I'm not gonna run a combat sequence for you because
Yeah, no, 4 against 150. Come on, you can do it.
let's go. Listen, I'm just saying you could open up a black hole and eliminate most of the army. But you easily cleave through most of the guards and army that they try to like throw at you. And there's almost something that almost feels like deja vu as you step up to the castle. But this time, you're not going to face yourself. You're going to face a man who has done nothing but do you and your family and these people of where you came from wrong for so many years. And as you approach him, he's older.
Did I just fucking kill through the general, like, without any issue?
Probably. I mean, honestly, he probably would have put up most of a fight. But with your advantage on perception and sort of magnetic ability that objects just kind of fly towards you, almost as if like some weird magical force has helped you out. You managed to like basically disarm the captain easily and take him out with your friends. Though he probably put up most of a fight.
Fucking Goliath, I sure hope so.
Yeah, he's a big dude. But disarming him and a 4 against 1, he didn't stand much of a chance, especially with what you know now. And everything you've learned on this journey that led you back here. But the king is old and, frankly, frail. He used to radiate this confidence and just sickening evil that you remember. But now now that you look down at him, your sword to his throat, he's just some guy that just decided because he had power that he would make your life miserable. And as you are at his throne room, go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, what's your insight? I'll give you this.
Isn't insight like it's either perception or it's intelligence based, and I have one of those is
It's intelligence
fairly
based, I believe.
where is it?
Insight
Oh,
is
it's wisdom.
Oh, it's wisdom? Oh, never mind then.
13.
With a 13, he's still difficult. Trying to keep like a grin on his face as you take him down. And it almost makes you feel like he doesn't regret what he did. He's not scared of you. He doesn't think you're actually going to do it.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
do
a
want to
taunt.
say. I think I want to say a few things while I'm in this moment.
Go ahead.
You know, it's a shame. Back when I was younger, I always thought of this moment maybe being a challenge or just anything other than disappointment. to be fair, it's hard to be some. It's hard to have a challenge at this point, considering I've taken out two very strong gods. And to be fair, I've already done this once before, and it was more of a challenge.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to. I'm gonna pick him. I'm just gonna grab his head by his horn and drag him to the closest like balcony.
Easy enough.
Is there any crowd, even just the army around?
Mostly it's guards and army men trying to pull their weakened crowd off the ground after you literally fucking obliterated them. You would also see your friends down there holding them off so that they couldn't come into the castle to disturb you. Townspeople-wise, you could see maybe a few are watching from the windows of their home that can see the castle, but for the most part, there's not a lot of people in the streets. Probably for a good reason, I mean.
He'll just hold his. Probably like get him on his knee and hold his head up, and then with thaumaturgy, just able to actually get everyone's attention. Just yell, "Everyone, stop! My name is Piers Blackwell, previous captain to these armies. I stand here no longer enslaved by this kingdom, by this tyrant of a man. I stand triumphant as the savior of the Dracon Isles alongside my friends." And he'll stand the king up on the balcony. "Now bow to your new king," and just push him off.
You push him off, and he falls. And there's a loud, audible gasp in the crowd as you hear just the crack of his bones as they hit just the pavement below. And it's silent for a few minutes before you hear somebody start to cheer. "All hail the new king!" And then it's silent again. And so it's, "All hail to our new king!" And slowly people start to cheer and repeat and chant. And you can look down at your friends who stand closer to the old king's body. And you would probably see Mercury take the crown from the king's head and enter in. And a few moments later, he comes out behind you. And while people are shouting and like cheering with like their hip hip hoorays, hip hip hoorays, Mercury will come and very carefully place the crown on your head and just smile. You did it.
Yes, we did. And they'll go on about whole freedom speech, yada yada. No,
Yeah.
fuck the renaming the kingdom, all that expansion, all that kind of basically just the usual kind of what you would expect from all of this.
I mean, now that the kingdom doesn't have a king that's okay with, you know, slavery and child war, child soldiers,
Yeah, one of the first things that happens is fucking taking down the giant walls that are around the city.
mm-hmm. Yeah. What else do you do? I mean, hell, you've got, give or take 30 years. as a new king of a new land that, you know, I'm assuming, like, one of those yearly dinners, the Outcasts get invited to your fucking castle, because that's
If
pretty
there were-
fucking sick.
In the coming months and years, mostly months, I suppose, if there were any wars or declarations against other kingdoms, all of them would have been seized, obviously, and taken. And all of the soldiers or anyone that was a part of the army that is currently sanctioned somewhere, their new, rather than conquering, their new duties would be to help rebuild anything that they destroyed.
I will say this. There's a large portion of people from the army who don't agree with your new declarations. And, you know, between the options of, you know, leaving or death, a lot of them, a lot of,
I'll say, anybody, there's a special place for the people that don't agree. And
Well,
there's a
that's fair.
certain
But I mean,
old witch
also-
on Vahara that has a
oh,
special place for them.
that's true. But yeah. But a lot of soldiers who maybe don't want to be soldiers anymore drop their blades.
Anyone that can retire has the choice to.
Exactly. A lot of people choose retirement. The
Specifically
army
in
size does shrink
No,
drastically in the first week.
specifically, if there were any people that were under 17, they would be forcefully removed.
Oh, yeah.
They can come back if they want when they're 17, but they would be immediately taken out
Yeah.
and compensated with whatever.
Returned to their families and whatnot. Yeah. No, easily. And you would realize there's a lot of... You would find them. A lot of kids working in the gutters and the dungeons that you easily set free. Locate their parents with the help of messengers and other people, magic sometimes, and get them home. And you do that successfully. But what else happens in your timeline?
Probably because wasn't the academy was like a part of that whole school, was like under that. It would probably,
Yes.
yeah, it would, rather than like, I guess the best terms I could say is it would end up being owned and sponsored, I guess, by the new kingdom.
Makes sense.
So like
yeah.
anybody that anyone
Theseus had posts in a
Yeah.
lot of different cities all over the nations and
yeah,
continents.
anywhere that has one would have like
It's
people.
like a brand. It's like a brand of its own. It's weird, but yeah.
It's
I
like,
understand. I
it's
get
like fucking. It's like having fucking UBC and UVic.
Oh, genuinely,
Kind of-
yeah.
Well, like anywhere that is, like anything that has branches and all that kind of stuff that's connected would all still stay connected, just with less of a forceful
No, yeah.
intent. And like, I would probably make an actual like schooling system.
Good. I
To be
mean,
able
yeah,
to-
it's about time, but
Yeah,
we no, I
probably make an actual, as well as probably make it a large transport system to get to the islands.
Oh yeah, an easier transport system, yeah, because the ferry, the boats in and out are good, but they're not the greatest. But yeah, that's fair.
No, invest in a lot of like the warping
Yes.
and probably in
But
that time.
country aside, as you are the new king, and there's a lot of new changes you're gonna make, but for the better. What about you? Personally, what happens to Piers?
Would most likely spend a lot of time studying more magic and getting more in tune with Dunamancy, so I don't have to
Yes, not easy. Yeah.
destroy
I mean,
yourself to.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
The one thing we've talked about.
I don't.
Do you want to?
I don't know if I want to say that.
Not yet. Do you want to come
No,
back
not
around?
really. No, I just don't want to say that. Period.
All right. Well, no, I was talking about.
If you're talking about you know who, I don't want to talk about
No,
him.
no, 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 not that. I want to talk.
I don't know what you're implying then.
There we go.
With the
Would you like
with
to?
the magic of DMs.
Yeah, I know. Does that ring any bells to what I'm trying to
Oh,
allude?
well, yes, that would.
Please
Yes,
speak it
after
aloud so we
being
can make it canon.
After being engaged, yes, peers would have an actual marriage ceremony and all that.
With Mercury.
With
Yes. All right.
Yes.
They
Are
get
we invited?
married. And it's great. Though, we're not going to go into too much detail on that because I said that that is definitely a one-shot we could run later, and I think
No,
it'd be very
valid. I
fun.
just want to know if
So,
the Outcasts are invited.
I would hope so.
Dante?
I don't know, apparently, I don't know who the fuck this Edgar guy is, but he's not coming.
Okay, thank you. That's all I need to
All
hear.
right, that's fair. Alrighty. So I guess with that, we'll put a wrap on that. As you are the new king, you have a lot of kingly duties, but being king, you also have a lot more power and influence and a lot of, I'm trying to figure out words, and they're gone. You have a lot of ways to contact your friends and stay in touch. So, you have a new life now. Congratulations. But meanwhile, super smash back in time to Tanari.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you get up to?
Where do I start? First of all, would be forging documents to give Edgar Feister rights and ownership of the entire Feister Corporation.
Fair enough. Do you get
Um,
help doing that from any, like, you know, Thieves Guilds or anybody?
I think he doesn't want to involve any thieves guilds quite yet, and
Okay.
we will get to that.
Yeah, no.
Because I do have plans involving thieves guilds. We'll get there. He would try on his own. He would do like hundreds upon attempts if that's what it took, and if it just wasn't happening, he would call upon Myrrh.
Fair enough. Go ahead and make me a dexterity check. Just for the funsies. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me.
Dexterity check.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you're the rogue. You're good at this.
Straight dex.
Mm-hmm.
17.
It does take you a while, but I will say you are able to figure it out on your own.
So, to start with, primary goal is getting the Feister Corporation up and running under this fake name. And once it's built up a name for itself a little bit again, and it's back like a known organization, a known company, then he is going to, again, forge documents to legally change his name from Edgar Feister to Cylin Galanodal.
Alright. That's easy enough to do over time as you gain ownership of the corporation and all of its material, which leads you to a couple of weird abandoned warehouses full of strange robotic parts and some power sources that bring back a little too much trauma. But nonetheless, for now they are shut down. But they include resources. You gain, security deposits and bank information of multiple different locations in which Levi kept his money, as well as keys to a small, office space with one very strange mirror in it, that appears to like have some magical runes carved around it in it, as well as desks and cabinets full of notes, scientific notes and research and things developing on how to capture souls and whatnot. And it just taking a quick, even a quick glance over his notes, it just reminds you about how fucked this guy was. But it's also interesting how he created his own bodies and basically built his own.
Well, I mean, the first thing upon seeing that mirror would be turning it around so that the glass is pressed to the wall.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
And then he would just he'd draw something or something to just make it look like a frame or a picture that he would fit to the back of the mirror so that no one would be suspicious of it being a mirror.
I mean, or you could just destroy it. No one has access to this office but you at this point.
Yeah, but if he invites anyone in to talk about anything,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, also
He
you're
doesn't
able
wanna
to
destroy it.
you're able to put a cloth over it or something and hide it and look like a nearby closet or something
Oh no, he would leave it where it is, but turn it around and put artwork on the back of the mirror so it looks like it's just a frame.
I imagine instead of artwork, it's just a collage of pictures of you and your friends.
Can I make a suggestion?
Oh no. Please do, but
can
no.
we build? Can the Feister Corporation build a Polaroid camera based off of Pud's Polaroids? We reverse engineer the technology,
Sure.
so that way we can send each other letters in the mail.
Aw, that's adorable, actually.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Alrighty.
Which does get to another thing that I would be doing, is all the while, the entire party, I don't know how necessarily in some cases, but Zanari would find a way to send monthly letters to everyone.
There is a postal service, or maybe magically somehow there is. You all have walkie-talkies, you're able to call each other.
Here's the thing. That would include Hilda and Spark would get monthly letters.
Easy enough.
How? I don't know.
Hilda
Once a-
has an
month-
address, and you're friends.
No, listen.
You are friends with gods.
Once a month, Tanari kills someone and says, "Here, give her
Give this
this
to my
letter."
buddy when you get in there.
Yeah,
Don't-
so you'll meet at Tabaxi. Make sure she gets this note.
If you do, you only spend 200 years in purgatory.
Hey, you're friends with gods. I'm pretty sure that they can get a letter to Spark. That is the least of my concern.
The thing is, though, Raven would get these letters weekly.
Okay. Nice.
And then once the corporation is kind of up and running again, there's a couple things Tanari would want to do. One is building a partnership with the university, so that the leading artificers of each graduating class would have a guaranteed job, as well as the company would be providing the school with resources for said artificers, and that's kind of like a gift to Tony.
Tony's so happy to have interns. I want to make it clear, she is the Miss Frizzle of the Feister Corporation.
Absolutely. I mean, can I say one of your interns is Tony? Your rival. Comes in and applies for the internship one day.
That would be really fun.
He comes in and says hi.
And another thing that would not slow down the letters whatsoever, as far as sending them, but might slow down delivery a little bit for some of them, is that Tanari would do a lot of traveling. Partially business, trying to expand the corporation to the other islands, But he would also be doing stuff like visiting Hilda and going to see his family and stopping by to visit Raven.
I will say, on mention of your family, you would know that, though, um, Rex and your mother aren't back together, they've kind of developed this almost partnership in a way where Rex kind of like basically rents an apartment part time in Nardakaloom and stays. And so you see him every once in a while as he stays with their family. Um, and they've been getting along with so much time apart. They won't call it a relationship, I'll say that. But you can kind of pick up on the vibes that, like, this time together has slowly been repairing their relationship for the better. And that's kind of all thanks to you. So you get that little credit there. Here's your little gold star, Tonari. All right.
I will say, anytime he visits, it wouldn't be like a forceful, like, pushing them to, like, take the next step for repairing, but, like, it would be a gentle encouragement towards taking that next step.
Mm-hmm. And it definitely does help, as you could tell every day, every time you come back, they're closer. You catch them holding hands one time, and you could have sworn that, like, maybe they shared a kiss, but, like, you didn't see it, but, like, the vibes, They definitely, like, shared a kiss around the corner. You didn't see it, but, like, your perception's high enough.
What do you mean? My passive perception is only, like, 23.
Exactly. hey,
Only a
listen. They're not rogues, okay? I hate to say it, you're the only rogue in the family right now, so, yeah.
But yeah, and would definitely make a lot of visits to Raven. Some of them possibly unannounced, and would have plans if, Raven wasn't... Like, if there were times where Raven let him stay for a couple days, he would have backup plans for the surprise visits, but he would,
Yeah.
Basically, he is pursuing things with Raven.
I'm sure he'd allow him to stay, assuming he's there.
Yeah, he would be pursuing things with Raven and Alos. And then once the company spreads to to every isle, he would continue doing those business trips, but it would be a matter of starting up an inter-island thieves guild. So the thieves guild would support the company would support the thieves guild, and then both of them would have income that would go into the communities.
No, yeah. Easy enough. You build up this... Do you keep it named the Feister Corporation, or do you rename it?
That depends on what else may happen in the time.
That's fair. Can I ask what you mean by that, or do you want to wait?
I don't want to say anything, but basically,
That's fair.
things that have been talked about out of character, if those are things that are made canon here, could cause the name to change otherwise.
Do you want to
for the
send some
time
quick
being.
DMs to, like, ask if it's okay to be canon or not? Or, like, we can come back to it.
We'll come back to it if necessary.
All right. You
I
make
just
those
remembered what we're
final.
talking
I
about.
know. You make those final
Have
confirmations together. And I will say, since if you guys are kind of working together fairly closely, Tony, what do you get up to?
I'm so glad you asked.
Now it's almost like it's your turn in the initiative order. Sorry.
It's all good. Believe it or not, I did write something. Did I send it to you? No, but I did write something.
Thank you. Wow, I appreciate it. I feel so loved. All this effort. I'm kidding.
Okay. Antoinette Tony Farros has been afraid of many things for a very long while now. Afraid of dying young. Afraid of never reaching her potential. Afraid of ultimately not being strong enough, smart enough, or creative enough to leave behind something that really matters. But for the moment, it seems that the day has been saved. And now, there's nothing but Tony time. When Tenari took over the Feister Corporation, Tony jumped at the chance to be its head artificer. Virtually limitless funds, resources, and colleagues that share her passion for innovation, she couldn't be more set. There were certain compromises she had to make, of course. Anything Tony made under the Feister Corporation could not be tested by Stick. Legally. She always said that her armor wasn't just for her. At first, it was an opportunity to be more than human, or pretend to be, and to push herself as far as she could. But as Tony matured, so did the concept. No one deserved to feel like they were limited in any way. There were full suits of armor, countless redesigns to that beautiful machine that gave Tony her new life when she hit that beach. Of course. But there were also smaller pieces of equipment. Prosthetic limbs and even organs powered by the finest arcane technology that the Feister Corporation could offer. It didn't matter if you were an adventurer or a civilian. Everyone deserves a chance to live their lives to the fullest. There were fun things too, of course. The Feister Corporation made its own Rocky Talkie. I'd like to imagine at one point Tony has a meeting with Tenari. Maybe it's a video conference while Tenari's traveling, maybe otherwise. If you want to roleplay it, Steven.
Sure.
Okay, so obviously the Rocky Talkie is already its own thing. Very good. We love it. You love making calls. I mean, you don't personally love making calls, but it's really convenient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we now have the technology to do that, but better. And she has a little whiteboard out. The Spell Phone! Working title. It makes video conference a full function. I learned the basics to it from Gray back at the academy, but I've really worked on it a bit, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Now, this feature, with my tweaks, at the moment here at the lab, has been dubbed Tony Time. Thoughts? Because it's like, you're not saying anything.
Hmm. I mean, I don't want to take away your whole, like, Tony time thing. Maybe we can work on that name a little?
Okay, but, okay. But spell phone? Spell phone?
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear more about how it's changed from the existing Rocky Talkies that we've always used. If you have a prototype by the time we get back, we can definitely talk about it because I really like the idea.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
All right.
I will say something Tony has been very excited for that she hasn't quite figured out yet. Apps. Now, it's a work in progress, but she does have one that gives you Piers's goatee. It's very funny. Now, that wasn't the only thing, obviously. The tank was fully developed. While designs took quite some time, Raven and Tony, I like to think, were eventually able to blend their visions into something as aesthetically pleasing as it was absolutely killer. Raven, do you wanna roleplay the reveal?
Oh, sure.
Okay. At first, Tony probably would have handed Raven a blindfold. Whether or not Raven went for it, Tony didn't really mind.
What is this?
Okay, I did a thing, and I think you're going to like the thing, but I want it to be a surprise. And if you're anything like Pud, I don't think closing your eyes would be enough to hide it, so I just thought.
Okay, but the hands stay free. And
The
he'll
hands
put the
stay free.
blindfold on.
Okay. We step into the garage, and it's completely dark. Slowly but surely, Tony flips the lights on.
Can I take this off now?
Yes.
Oh my god, you finished it?
It's shiny. It's got a big gun on top. But most importantly, the Raven tank has cat ears. Yes, I did. And I hope you love it. I don't know if you love it. I feel like you're going to love it. The test drive went very well, and yes.
I'm glad that you finished it. Wow. This is awesome.
You got to climb in. You got to see it though. I want you to feel like the seats. The seats are probably the best part. I've got to be honest.
I'm not sure I can legally drive this.
We'll get you a license. It's
Let's
fine.
just say that. Hey, Steven.
What are the tank restrictions
Yeah?
in Violet Bay?
Considering the tank was a present for Raven, do you think it makes sense that Tony and Tanari would have bribed some people to adjust the laws a little bit? Get this baby on the road? Do you want to bribe a politician with me?
I mean, especially with the Thieves Guild connections. I mean, step.
Yeah.
would
It would definitely be. It would be something that would be like planned out so that on the reveal day to Raven, the new laws would be passed, allowing it to be legal, without any prior information about them.
Why don't you just take a test drive and see for yourself?
So long as
Worth
you
a
have a
shot?
license, tanks are completely legal to drive down the road, by the way.
Thank you.
Stick, you're here?
Chris Stick's here.
Stick,
anyway,
I thought
we'll
I
get
banned
to
you
that in a
from the
second.
premises.
No, it's okay. Stick's on video call. Otherwise, they would have been shot down the moment they stepped in.
Yes.
The moment they stepped near.
Security, get the electric fly swatters.
No, it's a hologram. It's a hologram.
not the spotters. I'm leaving.
Oh,
Get the
you
fuck
made
outta
them
here.
boys crack. Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
But yeah, no, I mean, give it the go.
Yeah, alright.
Tony hands you the
tell.
keys, and there's a keychain that looks like a grumpy cat.
Okay, that's kind of funny. He'll climb in. He'll go for a ride.
Yes!
And now our chaotic cat boy equipped with his brand new tank. That's pretty great. Anything else, Tony?
The last thing.
Alright, thank you.
The most important thing. Tony spent a lot of time making sure that she crossed off her bucket list. You know, she got this job. She made sure that the armor was out there. She helped her friends out a bit. But eventually, there was one thing left, one thing scratching that little, the more chaotic section of her brain. And after polishing up that lovely little ring, making sure her will was well updated, reminding everyone how much she loved them, and just to be safe, plugging herself into her supercomputer, Tony was going to try to contact the wild magic god.
And what does that look like?
I think we see Tony strapped to this chair. Some of her interns, while they're not totally sure of what's gone on, they're in the next room behind some glass, and they're watching readings of both the tech and then Tony's heart rate. She's got, in a jar, so many beans. And with these pumping the wild magic into a headset attached to her brain, she gives them a thumbs up as they press the button. And before the entire room goes black, it's like 1,000 rainbow lightning bolts shoot in and out of Tony's brain all at once.
Go ahead and roll me a D100. Your turn, baby. Let's go. Give me a little dice. Give me a little dice. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
57.
I will say, it doesn't work on the first try. It sputters out and nothing happens. But you're hella intelligent. You're a scientist. You know how to correct things and make things better. And even with all your tech and everything aside, you go to sit down one day to try and contact them again. And before you can even put the headset on, you look at the jar of beans, and one of the beans has been replaced with a small bell. Tech and everything aside, you don't remember putting a bell in there.
I think Tony pauses for a moment. Maybe gets ready to call for one of the interns, but stops herself. It feels like she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do, for once. And I think she sits down in the chair.
Tony, you hear what sounds like a distant bell just ringing inside your mind as you reach out to this entity. But it's distant. Faint.
Hello? Are you there, God? It's Tony Farrows.
I will say, the ringing bell in your head slowly almost turns into like this light laughter. It's like this, what was just this quiet bell ringing just turns into like a quiet giggle in your mind. And it almost sounds like it's happening all around you, but you know logically that this noise isn't coming from a source.
You're there, aren't you? Or am I there? Am I in you? I don't... You're the Force. I felt you before too many times, and I've seen you at least once for a few seconds. You're the magic?
Yeah.
What... What has this been? Why have you been following them? Me? What's... Was there ever a purpose to it?
You were special. You all were. And it was fun. It was fun to watch. Really, it was. But I'm getting bored now. And I've got much bigger plans. So, consider this a goodbye, Tony Farrows. It was nice to, fuck with you.
What are we to you? I've just been curious. And I don't really like goodbyes, but if it has to be... I mean, I don't know if I'll be...
You've been fun. I wouldn't consider us allies or enemies. You just have a certain way with fate that was fun to toy with every now and then. Don't take it personally.
Tony is sweating bullets at this point. This is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic, but at the same time, it's like whatever the right question would have been to ask in this situation has escaped her completely.
You hear that little bell ringing. Begin to slow down.
Is there anything I should know? Is there anything I shouldn't have done? Is it... I don't...
Oh, you're funny. Oh,
Okay,
you're
well,
funny.
What's your... Do you have a name? Like, what was this? I mean, what are you?
I guess you could call me Fate. And you... Well, you don't need to worry anymore. Alright? Don't take it personally. The carousel was fun, and it was fun watching you run circles around me. But I'm bored. And I'm gonna move on. So consider this a heartfelt breakup. And don't call me again.
Okay, that's what I thought. When you said I had the way with fate, and then you said you were fate, and this is goodbye, that was... Oh, God.
Yeah. You get it? You get it now?
Okay.
Alright, fuck off, Tony. We're not talking anymore. And the bell slowly begins to ring out until it slowly stops. And you are left in this silent chamber. You could hear the quiet hums of your machines around you.
Oh, shit, I should have asked about they, them, Tony. Oh, that's gonna bite me in the ass.
The evil entity of they, them, Tony is forever lost.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Alright. Tony, to end off the scene, like it doesn't. We don't have to roleplay, but Tony just gets up and immediately dials stick to go get sushi.
And that happens. That definitely happens. But yeah. All right, Raven. Raven,
Yo.
what's up? What do you get up to?
Okay, well, after everyone kind of goes their separate ways, I'm assuming Raven goes back to school, picks up his brother and his boyfriend, and goes back to Violet Bay. And then we'll spend the next probably couple years just repurposing the mafia and turning it more into a task force, specifically to ensure that old gods are not brought up in the way that Tiamat had been, basically to prevent any other scenarios and spreading that as far as they can. And he also has to keep his promise to his younger sibling about Grackle.
I will say, creating your mafia task force and helping out, you have a lot of very powerful friends with very powerful organizations and power and money. So creating a task force to help prevent things like the dragon cult from coming up again, and basically shutting down people and resources that would influence people to do that, is overall well enough. It kind of, you basically turn the mafia into like a into like an FBI task force, for lack of a better term. But that's easy enough to do, especially with your friends in power. But finding Grackle, on the other hand, it's not as difficult as you probably would have first thought. He is still on Cryos, and probably just as you're finding him, he comes to find you. And even with everything he's been through, his body now covered in bandages, almost head to toe. And Raven, you know why. But even though he's wearing almost like a mask, so you can't see the bottom half of his jaw when you meet him again, but you can see it in his eyes that he's happy to see you. And Sparrow runs up and gives him a hug. And Grackle would open up and offer one for you as well.
Yeah, he'll take it. It's his big brother.
Yeah. I mean, now that the only family that you all have is each other and Pud. But I'm talking about more like the ones who were traumatized by purity. Yeah. The three of you have each other.
I don't think Pud adopted Grackle.
No. Sparrow would begrudgingly take the adoption, mainly just so he can go with you on your family dinner nights, and also so he can go to the fucking moon and brag to his friends that he goes to the moon on weekends. Because it's absolutely bragging rights. He uses his new spell phone and takes a bunch of pictures and sends them back to his friends, like a teenager. Sparrow does get better with magic over the years, by the way. He gets better. He's never as good as you or anything like that, but he does learn basic spells.
Good.
But Grackle, on the other hand, what do you do to help
With
him?
Grackle?
Mhm.
I think the first idea would be to have his body restored so he's not falling apart. And then seeing if there's a way to permanently revive him rather than him being an undead creature. Is what will be done to help Grackle out.
I mean, hey, your father is very powerful.
Dad!
Yes, son. What do you need? What's up?
Can you help me with something? Please.
Oh, of course. What do you need, sport? And
Do you think
purple
you could
teleport.
fix up? And he'll gesture to his older brother.
Grackle, who
Oh.
is, for
Oh, I
better or
thought you
for
were.
worse, zombified.
Oh,
Being
I
held
was gonna.
together by like bandages, almost like a mummy.
I was gonna say I thought you were dead, but like, you kind of are.
It's true.
Hey, by the way, do you want to like get adopted? Because I feel kind of bad. Because in my defense, I thought you were dead.
Well, I was dead, so, um, I'm all right. I have to find my wife, so I'm okay on the family part. But having
She's
a body.
she's on Platala.
Oh, that's helpful. How did you meet her? Did you see her?
I did not physically talk to her, no, but I did see her.
I'll need to find her. But I don't want her seeing me like this.
I'll get you fixed up first, bud.
If you wouldn't mind. Let me just ask, what does Pud have in his spell in his spell list, and or how do you get Selu to help?
Hey, yeah, I can totally do this. Do you still have a bunch of the money from the thing that you did a while back? You know, the bank and whatnot.
Yeah, I've got that.
Cool.
And you've
It's
gotten more since, most likely.
I
Yeah,
need
probably.
25,000 gold to buy a gem.
Oh, done.
Oh, you already had. Okay, no, this works. This works. All right. Um. All right. This sounds a bit bad. Uh. Uh. Hey, could you die real quick, Grackle, for me?
What?
Not on command. No, I was kind of brought back to life against my will. So no.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right. All right.
Is there a
Hey.
more humane way to do this?
Bud, you watch as Bud was half has taken out his shotgun and then quickly just puts it back.
God, what the fuck?
I don't know. He needs to die. I don't. This is the way that it needs to work. I'm sorry to say this is how it happens.
Okay.
You see Sparrow in the corner with a dagger.
So I mean,
is
hey,
this-
okay, all right, here. No, I got it. I will cast Pud's Piece from Pain.
All right,
So then he doesn't
around
feel
him.
pain.
All right, he can't feel pain. And Crackle kind of goes, "Oh, Pud, I can't feel pain. Undead body. Everything just kind of feels numb
I don't
already.
Oh, why were
Do
we
you
worried then?
trust us?
I trust you and your new adopted kobold father, Pud, right?
Yeah, it's me.
I don't remember if we've met or not.
Yeah,
Caleb doesn't.
good.
I don't remember. I remember he
Good,
showed up
good
in
to
the
meet
plot
you.
once.
I don't think
The only
I don't think we have.
character I think the only character he actually talked to outside of Raven was maybe Tony, and specifically had a conversation with Tanari.
Okay, so you might have not
He didn't
met
talk with
Pud.
Pud.
Anyway, I cast Holy Weapon on my shotgun, and then I I just start shooting until he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like if you put a shotgun to somebody's head, they're not living. One shot's enough.
Right. Oh, great. All right. This is going well. And then I'll take out some holy water and sprinkle it on his corpse, and then line up the diamonds, and then cast Tree Resurrection on him, so then he gets a full new body.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. And as you cast True Resurrection,
Mm-hmm. It says specifically, if the creature was undead, it is restored to its non-undead form. It needs to be True
and
Resurrection.
you would see as the spell takes form, the bandages that he was wearing tightly around himself slowly fall away. And in their place, you see that sort of rotten bluish skin sort of heal over, and life is brought back to him once more. Now, whether or not the Raven Queen has an issue with this is something else to be questioned later, but for now...
I mean,
Grackle's
Hey,
returned
hey.
back to his former
If the
form.
Raven Queen complains, I'll just hear about it later. Saloon might give me a little
Grackle,
bit of a
hold on.
hard
Grackle
time.
was
But
the one with black hair, right?
Yeah, Grackle was the pale one with black hair.
Yeah. So you would see, like, what his hair was, chunks of it had gone white, and parts of it had fallen out because he was undead. And then you see, as this comes back, his hair goes back to that stark black color. And, you know, your brother, Sparrow, has just been, like, temporarily dyeing parts of his bangs different colors. So it's weird. Your family's got a weird hair color now. Little gay teen stuff, anyway. Not that he's gay, but, I don't know. That's up to you to decide. But Grackle does return to his former body.
alright, that went pretty well.
Thank you.
Sorry to kill you for a bit there.
No, you're fine. That was surprisingly much cleaner than what our mother did before, so thank you.
Yeah. I mean, if I did adopt you, you would have a new mother legally who is better, if you want that.
I appreciate that, but I don't think I need a legal mother. I'm married happily, I think.
Well, would you care to at least join us for a family
Wait.
dinner?
You guys got married? I thought you were engaged.
We had a wedding planned. It wasn't much, and you weren't there. It was after you, well, I wasn't much of a person as well.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
it wasn't much of a wedding. It was more documents were signed, and then I was shipped away, for lack of a better term.
I want Pud to reach into his bag of holding, grab a handful of confetti, and just throw it above him.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You see Grackle's just like winces a little bit. It's just like, I should head off and find her. I'll be back.
Hey, Grackle.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you'll have your thing. If you ever want to join us for family dinner, you are more than welcome.
I'd be honored. But I'll be back.
I could take you to the school. It's not that big of a deal.
If
Someone say teleportation? I can do that.
Yeah, you are better at it than I am.
Alright, I will say you can teleport Grackle back to the school, where he finds her, and it has been a few years since they've seen each other, so their engagement, wedding, it's in a weird place, to say the least. But they are happy, as, I mean, to her knowledge, he was dead as well. So she happily takes him back and embraces him, and you would see, in a weird way, your weird family has kind of come back together. And your dead brother, your half-dead brother is back alive. And your brother who did die, but was brought back in time, thanks to literally the Avatar of Death being there. It's weird how that happened. I'm thinking about the Wind family now. So Raven...
They've all died.
Ravens died and was brought back by Pud. Grackle died and was brought back by Pud. And so was Sparrow. Isn't that funny?
I can't, I'm only imagining, I was just imagining the ending of Old Yeller, but with Grackle.
Oh no. God, what is this party? Oh, God. You guys are great. Anyway,
if you don't need me anymore,
yeah.
I'll dip out.
No.
See you soon.
Is there anything, Raven, anything else you want to say? Or do? In the time that you have, you know, with your family, new and old, I guess, for lack of a better term, and your letters from, you know, Tanari.
Fair enough. I think for the first couple of years, he's definitely more focused on that task force. And then after that, if Tanari and Raven are spending more time together, maybe the polycule becomes a thing. if Tanari is okay with that.
I mean, I did say that Tanari would be continuing to pursue if there was any interest there. So
But yeah, I think he's probably more focused on the task force for like maybe 3 years, and then after that,
Yeah.
he like calms down.
Once the task force is in a stable position, and you have other people helping you manage it, like beneath you, and you're able to take some time off, you're able to spend more time with your friends again, and maybe that time develops into feelings. Though we all know for Tanari, they've been there for a while, but we're not gonna talk about that because Raven can't see shit.
you know,
He's not
it's
good
not
at
like
it.
it's not like they were straight up admitted to Raven years ago at this point.
Well, you know, they were in literal hell.
That's true. I mean, it was one of those things you say on your deathbed, but then you didn't die. So you know, it was a little awkward. But you know, it's fine. You got over it. But yeah.
I think the only thing is, I don't know if he actually tells anybody about that task force or not.
I mean, would you tell your friends?
Probably not.
Fair enough. You're running a secret task force. I mean, hey. If you tell people, then it's not much of a secret, right?
Exactly.
There.
To be fair, I'm not sure Tanari would mention anything to any of them about the inter-island thieves guilds and would keep it as secret from even Tony working for the company as possible.
No, definitely. I feel like Tony wouldn't find out.
I don't think he'd want them to know because that'd be like a step back, right? Like because he went back to the mafia.
No,
I-
true.
I feel like Tony has an idea that like the others are gonna do something weird. She really doesn't want to know. I'm happy with
and
my.
you'll never know.
Mhm.
Figures that out. That's a fun question.
But yeah. Alright. I guess that leaves us to Pud.
Let's go. Well, Pied during his time during the epilogue would probably he would get into a very succinct, kind of like a schedule at some point, where uh, for the first like 10 years or so, he would spend the day. He'd go around exploring the main continent, looking mainly for magic items, as that's what Pied hoards the most of, other than family. Um, So Pud would go out, find some fun magic items, help some people out on the road, just spreading the good word of Saloon, and then at night would teleport back to the moon, spend a night with his wife, and use the ring to like kind of renovate the moon and make it a bit more habitable, you know. Um, and after a little while, he would spend some time digging out like a little cave in the moon where he would use as his lair, his little dragon's lair, where he'd keep his big hoard of items that eventually could no longer fit into his bag of holding. Every single week, he would. So every single week during everyone else's time, they would always just get like a little ring on their walkie-talkie with Pud just being like, "Hey, I'm checking in. How's everything going? You still alive?" Just in general to everyone. And at least once a month, he would call Sparrow and Raven up to the moon and cook a big old dinner to have a good like family dinner together, uh, just to enjoy the time. Um, let's think. After after that, once the like 1 year mark hits from everyone departing, every single person would get a ring on their walkie-talkie, letting them know that Pud is coming to pick them up, and it is non-optional. It doesn't matter if they're in a like if Tanari's in a fucking important business meeting and Piers is doing some important kingly shit. Like it doesn't matter what they're doing. Bud would ring them up and teleport them all up to the moon to have a big old family dinner together. Uh, fuck, I didn't think about what I would cook.
I do
All
want
of
to
our
say
favorite foods, and we can name them.
I already know your guys' favorite foods, though.
I know. And Tony definitely talks about sushi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
I
Raven's
do.
favorite food is actually food.
Yeah. Yes, I know. I'm aware, but Pud would still make like a genuine. Pud would make like a nice kind of light stir fry for Raven, um, and Pud would directly be like, "No, you can't have any coffee until you finish eating your vegetables."
What backwards logic is this?
Mm-mm.
I do feel like when Tanari gets picked up, he's like in his hometown helping prepare like a family dinner with his mom, and then just suddenly, oh hi Pud, oh gone.
No, because Pud would teleport into your mom's garden and be like, "Oh, oh, hello, Mrs. Tanari. It's good to meet you again.
It's not our last name, but close enough, Pud.
Sorry."
Noodle.
Is it time for your dinner? And like Rex is, you can see
Yes.
like Rex in the window, who's like kind of like trying to like figure out like how to like put clothing up on like a clothing wire, and he's like, "Oh, hey,
Okay. If you're gonna put it up on the wire, make sure that every single piece of the
figuring
cloth
out.
is taut.
Shut up.
No, the cloth needs to be taut, otherwise it's gonna wrinkle.
Okay. You see, tights it, and and mom back there, she just smiling.
Okay. I said it Mrs. Tanari because I almost said Mrs. Gabagool because I forgot what your last name was.
Oh no!
I mean, it
no,
would have been pretty par for the course.
Yeah.
Listen, it doesn't turn to Mrs. Gabagool until after Tanari and Raven join the Mafia and the Thieves Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all Italian.
Everyone will get picked up, and Pud would bring you everyone up to the moon, and there'd be a big dining table. It would be circular, like, because it doesn't want to be like one of those awkward ones where two people have to sit at the fucking like the head of the table or whatever. And
Is it like one of those big round tables when you go for dim sum that has like the big circular thing, like the big table, like the spinning
the
table?
lazy
on...
Susan.
The
Oh,
lazy
do
Susan.
they have
That's
the
what
last table
Yeah.
on the front?
You
in the
fucking
middle?
already know it. You
Fuck
already know
yeah!
this.
Fuck
Who
yeah!
breaks it? Who fucking breaks it?
I would be impressed if you broke it because it's all made out of shaped moonstone.
My bets are
You
up Piers.
don't-
Piers would grab it
you
too.
don't
Piers would grab it too hard and spin it and be like, "Oh."
You don't think there's gonna be like a spinning around like a Russian roulette kind of source where someone spins it way too hard? Just like
I feel like Tanaya would spin it too hard.
do
If
you-
we're
what
doing
do you-
that.
I was gonna say, really over Tanari?
Well,
my
because I
God.
think Piers
Doing
would break
dumb
it.
shit?
I think Piers would break it accidentally. I think Tanari would break it purposefully.
Mari would treat it like
I
a
mean-
fucking teacup ride. It just starts spinning it.
Oh god.
oh, I could see Sparrow and Tanari sitting across from each other and like try to hit each other with whatever's on the spinning wheel.
Just flick it hard enough.
It's like, oh yeah, I got you this time.
Pud would stand up on his chair and then be height level with everyone else. and then you would see as Pud takes up like a wine glass and then takes a fork and just ding ding ding. Hello, thank you all for meeting with me here. I know you had a choice. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've all been very, very well. And I would love to hear about the adventures that you have been on. Because
Okay, who wants to go first?
Well, I'll say this. Actually, do you guys want to roleplay this out? Actually, I mean, I just
It'll be fun.
Could
Could be fun. Could be fun.
All right. Because I was gonna say we were running out of time, and then I looked at the time, and I was like, actually, we're definitely not. Let's fucking keep going. All right.
Nice.
No, you're fine. So who wants to, in brief, sum up their adventures that they would have gotten done in a year's time? Improv, go.
I made a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time. Like, I'm honestly surprised how much we got done. Like, sometimes I forget the reason I quit coffee was because I did not need it. Yeah.
Must be nice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Coffee.
I swear to fucking God, my goddamn internet went out that second.
No, you're kidding.
All right. Give me 5 seconds.
All right, you're good.
Because I'm on my phone right now and I need to go.
No, you're good. Let's keep this roleplay going. Let's go around. I want everybody to like summarize what you think you would have gotten done in a year. We're gonna keep this roleplay going. I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit while Liz fixes her internet. So Tony, Raven, what do you think? What did you get done in a year?
Me? Not a lot. Went home, fixed some stuff. That's about it.
I wonder if Grackle's invited to this dinner and is just looking at you. Yeah, not a lot. No, I get it.
Is he stuff?
Yeah,
Is he stuff?
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it. No, it's fine, Raven.
What do you want from me?
Hey, Raven, who's your hot friend, by the way?
My what?
The friend, next to you and Sparrow.
Tony, Grackle, Tony.
Wait, I know you.
I believe we've spoken before, yes, but I was very dead.
You've entered your. I don't know what to call it. You had your glow up era.
Less rotten.
Yeah, sure, we can call it that. Yeah.
What is your skincare routine?
Ask Pod.
Okay.
Okay. What about?
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
You're back?
Welcome back.
I mean, I'm on my phone, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Pierce?
the skincare routine is true resurrection. That's the secret.
Ooh.
Anyway, so we would have a very nice dinner together. Everyone would catch up. It was such a nice time. And I'm sure after teleporting everyone there, I would be out of spell slots for the day.
Probably.
So everyone would have to spend the night, which I'm sure would be fine.
At this point,
Probably
you
makes
probably
sense.
created at least a decent like moon base house ish, and like there's like enough like beds for everybody. You came prepared for this, okay? It's fine. You had months to figure this out.
What have the rest of you been doing?
Denari, Tony, what have you been up to? Tony, you've been working on SAC, as you said. But how's that company going?
Spell phone Mark 1.
What's a spell phone?
Is it like a walkie-talkie?
It's like a walkie-talkie, but we can profit off of it.
Oh, lovely.
The spell phone is beautiful. It combines two of my favorite things: seeing my friends, and then seeing my friends when they don't want to see me. It has both a video conference function and.
Does it have an option to, I don't know, decline an incoming call? Because that sounds...
No, yeah, there is an option. Here, I'll show you.
God.
I
Oh god.
wouldn't let her not have that option.
Of course. You can say no to calls. You can say yes to calls. You can take pictures of your friends on call.
Pictures?
Yeah,
You mean like those little things that Pud makes?
Yes!
Polaroids.
It took a lot of time, and I blew up at least 3 different times.
Oh,
How did you blow up?
Wait, how did you blow up? Aren't you?
I thought you just painted the lab black.
Interesting design choice.
No, I would never be. Listen, I'm such a colorful person. I would never let go of my hues.
Tony,
I don't know. You had a phase.
Tony, did you actually like go through the trouble of doing that, or did you do the smart thing, where you take in code thoughts and then you just infuse it into a magic item?
like my thing.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't it encode thoughts kind of it disappears after a bit?
I needed the full effect.
Oh, it's perm. Oh, that's nice.
Permanent.
Could I have one?
Definitely, definitely. Uh, you can all have one. Tanari, it's working. It's even better than I expected.
Pay for it. I don't want to pay for that.
No, you don't have to pay for it.
Okay, good.
You're my family.
Oh, wonderful. These seem very interesting.
Mhm.
Rocky Talk
How do they
upgrades.
continue to function? I don't
Oh,
see a
yeah.
battery source.
I'm so glad you asked. Tony is going to do finger guns with her lightning fingers because artificer armor. And we
Oh,
watch as a little 99 on the phone goes to 100.
so static electricity?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we don't have lightning magic on hand?
Carpet? Carpet and socks.
I don't. I'm still working out the bugs a little bit, but it's here, and you know what? By next year, you're gonna have one, and you're gonna have one, and Sparrow's gonna have one. But the charging is going pretty well. For the most part, I just hook it into a little battery.
Okay. And you're planning on making this accessible to your clientele how?
I'll be shipping them out to the different islands. Uh, Tanari has a lot of connections that I don't really understand, but it makes business pretty easy, so I can just worry about the creative stuff.
When Tony says that Tanari has a lot of connections, are there any red flags that would be like
Inside
popping up?
check. Inside check.
Can I use my? Oh, actually, no. I don't want to use my passive insight. It's only a 16.
My question is Tanari and Raven, are they sitting next to each other?
Are we?
I feel like if Raven would let Tanari sit next to him, then Tanari would have.
I don't think he'd be opposed. All right.
One guy on
It's a 21.
one boyfriend.
Any
one
red
man,
flags?
boyfriend the other.
You know, I feel like in that first year, Tanari wouldn't have gotten to a point of incorporating a, like the Thieves Guild and stuff. I think at this point, Tanari is just, like, has been in communication with people looking at buying properties on the different islands to expand.
And I mean,
So it's
and also
clean for now.
Levi had a lot of connections, and so you probably like teeter off of what he had, and you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing
Okay.
suspicious yet.
After realizing that there was nothing suspicious going on, he's actually really proud of Tanari. And I'll give him a little smile.
For now.
Oh, and,
Yep.
yeah, Tony, you didn't mention, we just got our first intern from the university. I've been working on a partnership with them.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear.
They're so bright. I'm so happy.
Somebody we know, or
Out of character, what do you think, Steven?
I'm wondering if the first intern would be Tony.
I'm thinking Tony too, yeah.
I mean, Tony graduated already, so he would have just like applied normally. He wouldn't. I mean, he probably would have been recommended through the school, but because like he already
yeah,
graduated,
like they got him because the last
good.
graduating class is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like how the first intern is Tony.
Yeah.
He starts by giving you copies and then helps you create the spell phone.
I just appreciate that we're paying like, it's already such an improvement. Like, you know that Levi didn't pay his interns, I can just feel it in my bones.
No, I mean, well, they're still studying. They don't get quite as much as when they start working for the company outside of school, but that's also in part because they're not working as much and they don't have as much responsibility.
Sure.
Oh, I had an important question. Hey, Pierce.
Yes.
Why did you choose to make the religion of the continent what it is?
I mean, I feel like it's fairly obvious option.
Would you make it a dual religion thing?
I mean, a lot of I'm obviously not against other religions. People can do whatever they frankly want, but in
Uh,
my new nation, it's the more it's the primary and most common one. I'm not saying other people can't, but
All
your
right.
new nation. Did
I'm,
something happen?
yeah, I.
really news didn't get around that the continent that the continent of Stolyak has a new king.
Oh, that was
Congratulations, by
you.
the way.
Congrats.
Mhm.
I mean, it was shockingly easy. Maybe because I've
Surprised
done
you
it
didn't
before.
tell us when it happened.
No,
It happened fairly soon after I left.
he did tell you. He told you before he left, like literally. We role played that out like 2 hours ago, actually. Sorry.
Shit. Sorry, my
No,
brain's turned off.
hey, you're good. You're good, bestie. You
Yeah,
were
okay.
told.
Yeah, all right. See, I already set up like a few churches on your in your nation. Uh, uh, but like it's kind of in the celestial circle, it's known as a dick move to try to instate your religion on where other people's, there's already like a main religion. Uh, uh, there's that other continent, right?
I haven't touched any of those yet.
Oh,
They're
dibs.
probably not giving up.
All
I mean,
right,
I'm not trying to start wars or anything.
all right.
Probably
That
a
that's
They're,
that's where
good
I'll
you
head
know,
next.
they're an inevitability, but I'm trying not to. If it's necessary, I prefer, being able to get out of that, considering that half of my half of my army kind of did disperse.
Oh, and
Yeah,
that's
not a
not
lot of
threat
them.
to you?
Well, not a lot of them liked the whole my way of doing things, so they all just up and left.
Well, it's good that they've decided to resign peacefully rather than attempt another coup.
I don't think they would have stood a chance if they tried. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Uh,
So you're planning on ruling the kingdom till the end, or?
I mean, I think I definitely have a few years on me.
Well, fair
I don't
enough.
think anyone's. Yeah, it's. I'm just working out all the boring stuff right now. Expansion, all that kind of connections and all that jazz.
Fair enough. Well, then I wish you the best of luck, Your Highness.
it's funny to hear that. Uh, mm,
On a less funny note, I I'm really happy to see all your faces. I've been looking forward to this for a while, but thank you so much.
yeah, it's. I mean, it's not like you had a choice in this.
That is true. I was asleep before I woke up here.
hmm We know you're. uh, Do I mean you're still in your pajamas? It's fine.
Yeah, but the armor can just pop up over it, so it's okay.
Eh,
To be fair, it's not like you were seeing important clientele. It's just us.
We're very important. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, this is my best suit, you guys.
I
Talk
get
about
it.
not important. I'm a literal king now.
Okay, but you're also my
My
friend.
apologies, Your Highness. My bad.
Uh,
I don't.
I
Sorry.
forgot. Only the finest garbs are to be worn in your presence.
Yo, anyone got any femboy Hooters outfits left?
Fanboy Hooters? Haven't
You know,
heard
there's
of it.
one person I know that carries that shit around, and he's gonna look
No,
right
I
at
should.
Mari.
No, I should. I shut down and bankrupt the entire business.
How dare you?
There's an abandoned femboy Hooters on Bahara that's just like full of cobwebs now.
Hey, wouldn't that technically be part of the Feister Corporation?
Technically,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
technically it was
I can
owned. Yeah,
Technically,
buy it.
Tanari would get it up and running again.
let's go.
Also, that's your land, not mine. So you can do whatever you
Haunted
want
Femboy
with
Hooters
it.
one shot. I'm actually gonna
Femboy
write that
Hooters
down.
in.
Write that down. Write that down. I love that. Haunted
Oh, there's
Femboy
not gonna be
Hooters
a
one
Femboy
shot.
Hooters. There's not gonna be a Femboy Hooters in campaign 2 because
Let's go. There is. There's gonna be a. I'm gonna put it in. I'll find a way.
It is very nice to hear from all of you. I know I say that despite the fact I call you weekly, but you know.
Being together in person is kind of nice. I've almost missed this.
Almost.
It's nice to see someone other than Tony, who I've known for some time.
What do you mean? You visit us?
I do, but
I hang out with Tanari a lot, you guys.
I'm stuck with Tony every day, and I give like a joking nudge with the elbow.
And since I'm never going to die, it will be every day for forever. Yep.
That's
Well, rest of us have an escape. Best of luck to you, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
he. Okay. What? All right. As a holy man myself, I feel inclined to ask. What do you mean by that?
Well,
What do you mean?
I mean, or
No.
what does Tony mean?
What does Tony mean by the fact you're gonna live forever?
well. And Tony is going to reach out a hand, which, for the past year and then some, has had a ring on it.
You get married, not tell us?
Oh, no, I would absolutely. I mean, no. This is called a ring of mind shielding. It has some pretty nifty properties, but one of them is that if I do die, I end up in here. Now, unfortunately, it's only going to last like 5 days after that, but the plan is upload myself to a computer, maybe a robot even, and then boom. Tony time times infinity.
Sorry, that reminded me of. I wonder what happened to that duck.
And we
Oh,
smash cut the dark. No, I'm kidding. An evil haunted quack. An evil haunted quack radiates from like a deep dark forest somewhere in the Isles. That duck's out to get you.
It's still out there hunting.
It's out there.
And it waddled away.
Wana.
It was nice to see all of you. Although, there are things I do have to still do. I sadly only have enough for one more teleportation, and it's a single-use, single-person teleportation. Don't worry, all of you will be able to get home. I'll be back here soon.
If it's helpful, I also have the ability to teleport.
Like long distances?
Teleportation circle.
Oh. You know, I haven't built teleportation technology yet, but I can hang out.
I'm not as great as you, but I can definitely give it a shot.
Hmm.
Pud, what do you do? After you have a nice family dinner and, for the sake of remedy, everybody gets home safely.
Mm-hmm. After that, Pyd would continue his plan. They'd still meet up like once every year, and Pud would make his way because every single time there was a family dinner, Pud would just drop a moonstone where he was standing and then teleport back, and he would make his way to the other continent, because seeing like memorabilia for Solar everywhere would be annoying to say the least, because rivalries and whatnot. And Pud would eventually make his way there, and after a little while, Pud would, once he made it to the new continent, he would actually set up, like, after exploring and, making some good saloon churches all over the place, uh, some good saloons. Pud would eventually set up just like, he'd go to like a smaller little town and set up like a little shop for himself. It'd be really nice, just a cute little place. Um, but after he set it up, he would go back to the moon, and then, hey, honey, I was gonna use like one of my wish spells. Do you mind watching over at me to make sure that, like, I don't die or anything?
Of course.
Great, thank you so much. And then Pud would sit, and I'm sure to do this he'd take off his cloak. He'd basically get naked, quote unquote, because kobold. So,
Kobold, yes.
and then he would sit cross-legged and get in like a kind of meditation pose. Um, and then I wish to take my true form as a moonstone dragon to protect this moon. And then and he'd do the thing where like his eyes would be closed, and then he'd like open one every few seconds to see if anything was happening.
It doesn't take very long at all. As Pud, as you feel the arcane words leave your mouth, casting this wish that you were given at this point a few years ago to finally take your true form, and you do. You grow much larger than any kobold or dragonborn ever would be, and you take your true form as a real moonstone dragon. Probably one of not very many, since your dragon friends can't even take their dragon forms anymore, but you've created your own dragon form for yourself. Your scales are now still purple in areas, I imagine. You can't get
Got
rid
that
of
purple tint.
Yeah, purple tint. You can't fully get rid of the purple, but for the most part, they are pearlescent and white and shiny and shimmery. Your horns are still adorned with small rings and other knickknacks. Your form across the face of this now moonstone dragon form, there is still a large scar reminiscent of your adventures. And one of your wings is still slightly torn, but not to a point where you're unable to fly. And you exhale a breath. Saloon, who has normally shrunk in her form to meet with your size to comfortably hold your hand, has reverted to her normal form, which still you're larger than her now, but at least she kind of places a hand against your shoulder and smiles. I think you look great.
Oh, thank you so much. I know it's only a bit of an imitation of the true beauty, but
I think you look beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, I may not have the best coordination right now with these new legs of mine, but would you care for a dance? And Pud would extend one of his now dragon hands out to Saloon in her full form.
Saloon will take your hand and, of course, accept a dance on the moon with you.
The song choice would be "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra.
Oh!
Obviously.
Obviously! Oh!
And then, after a very sweet night, Pud would then attempt to. He'd go stand. He would. Well, first off, he would go explore the cave he made for himself to make sure it was big enough.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
thankfully it was.
Yeah, thankfully it's definitely big enough.
And he would have probably one of the best sleeps he's had in years. lying on top of his hoard of magic items and whatnot. But I'm sure he would lay down, and because it's the first time he's laying down, he would get stabbed and poked by many weapons and whatnot, and have to just kind of like. And eventually he would kind of like flatten and smooth down an area and take all of his money, which the most of it he traded out for Electrum, to the point where Electrum's almost not a currency anymore. Um, and then he would make like a bed on top of the magic items out of the Electrum, and then he would take a good rest there for a while. Um, After that, he would try to revert back to his old kobold form, you know,
Which
because
you can do.
shout out dragon transformations, useful. Um, he put all his stuff back on, give Saloon a big old smooch, and head back to just running a shop for a while. Um, he would he would probably run the shop for, realistically speaking, about like 90 years, I would say. With all of his, because he would make all of his churches all over the continent, and Pud's shop is an interesting one because he, as a moonstone dragon of Saloon, covets two things mainly: magic items and information. And so anyone who came to the store looking for help or knowledge or magic items would need to trade something of equal value to get what they want. That is the whole gimmick of Pud's shop. Um, and even though no one liked the name at first, Pud will still use it when he put up the name for the shop as the Crescent Comfort, because it's a bit more fitting now with his shop, where there's a giant pile of pillows in the middle of the room where he sits on top of, reminiscent of his giant hoard. Um, and I'm sure after his like 90 years of the shop open, Pud would start spending more time on the moon itself. With most people, sadly, most of the outcasts probably dying off at this point, realistically speaking. And Pud would then ascend into like a demigod status under Saloon. And that would last for a while, I'm sure. But after Saloon got a bit tired of the entire god business, they would have a very sad farewell. And Pud would take her place as the new aspect of Saloon and become the new Saloon. And within Pud's in Pud's hoard of treasure, there's a large altar where there sits a singular magic item, which is the ring made, which was shaped from a diamond, which Saloon wore for almost 200 something years at that point, imbued with all of her magic energy. And like almost every day, he would go in and sit and just kind of stare longingly at it, clearly missing her very much, but knowing she wanted to depart at that point and not being able to do much about it. And soon tales would start to spread about the dragon that lays on the moon. And Spud would not be, as the new aspect of Saloon, or the new Saloon, I should just say, Bud would be able to. Bud would be quite successful because of all the, all the churches and everything that he made in the name. But he would kind of become a bit more of a solitary god, residing on the moon and not talking to a whole lot of people. The only main person I imagine he would talk to much at that point, who would even keep him company, would probably be Spark, after Spark also ascends into godhood, I'm assuming. And it would be a very quiet, nice life. And I'm sure amongst his horde, next to where the diamond ring of Saloon is, there would be another statue that Pud made in secret, and he kept as one of his wonderful treasures of just the statue of all of his friends. And every night as he went to bed, he'd kiss the diamond ring and snuggle up next to the statue and probably dream sweet dreams of his friends that he misses very dearly. And I think that's what would happen to Pud.
Aw. That's very sweet, and yes. And anyway, I don't know how the fuck to top that. Genuinely, I've got epilogues to read now. I'm gonna start with Styx. Because I reached out to some lovely peoples. One of which is in the chat, and I got some epilogues from your friends, and I'm gonna read Styx and Hilda's. And yes, if you want to pop in, I'll get you to pop in the very end, since theirs is the shortest, yours is the longest. But V, if you want to enter into the VC, you are free to, my friend.
Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to come in, you are absolutely welcome. By the way, if you're still here, if you want to read yours, but
It also looks like Caleb. Steven has something to say.
Oh, Steven, do you have something to say?
So really quick, because we said that we would circle back.
Yes.
After some conversation with some people out of character, it has been discussed that the polycule would most likely eventually end up with a child, at which point the company would be named after said child.
Aww. Do you want to disclose the name of the child, or are you going to keep that a secret?
We didn't talk about that exactly.
Okay, that's fair.
I think
That's fair, but
you
you name it after. No, you name it afterwards. We don't, like, once again, like...
Because we talked about how it could be... It could be a matter of adoption, it could be the other thing that was talked about out of character. But
yes.
Since that's a little bit up in the air, I don't want to say too much and force anyone into
Hey, you get
decisions.
a kid. I mean, absolutely. I mean, overall, absolutely. The answer is yes. No matter what you say. But yeah. Can I start reading our interview from friends who are in the chat, but Jay's asked me to read theirs, so I will. Alright. So, Stick and Tony stay intertwined for the foreseeable future. Stick very slowly recovering from Era's trauma, most notably when Tony finally gets to build her tank. Stick is the first to drive it, which they have to do under Tanari's nose. Tony graduates on time. Stick graduates about 6 years later. Six senior years later, while Stick is there, Tony has an excuse to visit her friends at school. They get out of probation eventually and are just happy to actually have a room. They get a roommate who is also an athlete, and while everybody on the floor thinks the two of them are fucking, they're actually wrestling and just beating the shit out of each other. Stick usually wins, therefore, because they are very small and very hard to pin. Stick also learns some more about magic, just a few spells to help them know whether or not they are under a charm, and therapy also helps too, because as we all know that there is an actual therapist at the school, which Tanari and Raven fear greatly, and I think is very funny. That is what Stick's epilogue is.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you, Stick.
Thank you, Stick.
Quickly. I've got to scroll through all of these. Find this. Okay. After these days and years passed, Hilda's discontentment waned as she settled into her quieter life at the shop. Though she would still rush to protect the town when and if needed, her visits to the underground fighting ring became fewer and fewer, but never zero. While her shop was growing in popularity, Hilda began expanding her offerings, growing new plants and potions and poisons to sell to adventurers. She also knew the best smiths and enchanters around and kept those lists for those who needed them. She had an upstairs to put the mount. She had an upstairs to put into the mountain face of her shop, of the shop which she rested in. Not a hard task for the dwarves that made it and mostly populated the city. And the new addition to the shop, she put 2 rooms for traveling adventurers, lit by phosphorescent moss and decorated with cozy tapestries and pillows. The new upstairs also held an open-air dojo in case of any of her visitors needed a space to train. Eventually, her shop became enough of a central hub that she had to get a message board put in for anybody to bring and take quests from. The adventurers passing through often left their offerings and blessings in little nooks in the window tree, in the little nooks of the willow tree in her dining hall, to whatever deity they held, causing the tree to become so blessed that it grew leaves and flowers all year round. Visits from her friends were always welcome with open arms, with free rooms, warm pastries, and she had special brews of tea, coffee, and kombucha named after each and every one of them. Everybody who asked, she would regale the tales of the Outcasts she had both while she was with them and as well as everything she learned from letters and all the other tales. After a few years, one might come by and meet someone new, an adopted dwarven daughter, whom she was training in the druidic ways of her clan, in hopes of passing on the magic she had learned and that lay dormant for so very long. So, that's Hilda. Hilda gets a little daughter, a little dwarven druid daughter, which I think is very sweet. Anyway, hey V. Hi.
Let's fucking go.
Hello.
So much.
I miss you so much. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, I've been here. I've been really enjoying. Thank you for letting me come in and read this. I miss you guys.
I miss you too. Please.
I've been sick today, and this has made it all better.
Aw, I'm glad.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So I don't know. I have like a page and a half to read, so I can go ahead and
Yeah,
jump into it.
Get
I guess.
into it. Yeah, this is fun.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. All right. Spark feels Tiamat's death ripple through the weave of the universe. It's a strange thing for her to wrap her head around as it happens, to realize the single force behind losing everything, nearly everything she loved, is just gone in an instant. But to know Tiamat at least died at the hands of her friends, that's satisfaction. Afterwards, Spark finds purpose in the Raven Queen. She spent her entire life feeling like she was at the whim of some divine plan she got no say in, inflicted on her by her parents or by Sky. But since she connected with the Raven Queen, she's found control in that. She's slowly found a balance again, through mission after mission, fighting alone through the Shadowfell, after meditations on meditations. There's a lot of time to work on yourself when you're working on the timeless coast of the Astral Sea. She doesn't spend all her time there, even as the Raven Queen makes the path ahead of her clearer. The Outcasts, and Hilda and her daughter, and the others no longer traveling with them, get gifts from her periodically. Little things left on their doorsteps from her divine missions with happy letters. Notes of congratulations on life milestones, birthday gifts, and everything she can manage, including replies to Tanari's letters whenever she has the time. She can't always be there to deliver them in person. Usually can't, but they always find their way there. Often it's through Nephi, taking care of the tavern on Vahara. Spark can't spend too much time on the material plane anymore, but there are likely rumors that a weird, cloaked figure seems to kind of haunt the place, coming to visit Nephidi in the early hours of the morning, bringing her otherworldly flowers and leaving gifts behind. While she can't always make her way directly to them, for Pud, the gateway to the astral shore is always open through saloons, domain, and then his domain, and Spark tries to make it very clear that he is welcome to visit her anytime and join her for tea or games. As Spark moves further down her path with the Raven Queen, becoming less mortal by the minute, her world around her reflects it. The Astral Shore's cliffs become more lush with life, starting with a few clearings in the forest on the cliffside and a tree house to herself. Slowly, the meadows grow. A small brook bubbles through the woods and cascades over the cliffside into the sea. Worn, smooth, colorful sea glass glitters in the gentle sands that greet newly dead souls making their way into the afterlife. What used to be a simple grove with a table set up for tea becomes a full greeting area with gifts for guests. A sand pit for training and sparring, altars to a few different gods and spirits. New souls can stay as long as they need before they move forward, in Spark's eyes, and they will never stay unattended. Eventually, the outcasts will die. By then, Spark will not be the person they remember. Still kind, still energetic, but now more solemn with time and knowledge. Knowledge of the distant past, and the many, many years she now has ahead of her. She'll look the same, though, a young lynx tabaxi with a flower crown of white lilies like she hasn't aged a day. She won't age again, not for a very long time, but she doesn't mind. It means she'll be recognizable when her friends return to her. It means she gets to keep a piece of herself, even as the identity of Spark of Summer fades into obscurity and nothingness, and she becomes only the Raven Queen. When the outcasts do end up on the Astral Shore after it becomes their time, Spark will be waiting. She's kept the gifts you gave her when she first left that she promised to give back when she returned to the group, and she will finally be able to get them back to their original owners, if you all want them. It's tradition for the Raven Queen, and her successor in training, to only greet souls with her mask on, but for these souls, she and Spark can make an exception, so there's a familiar hand to help each of you climb out of the waves. She'll greet each of you with a big, toothy grin and a hug if you want it, and each of you will have as much time as you want there. She will make you places to stay in the forest or on the cliffside for as long as you all want, if you'd like to stay and catch up with her or wait for any of the others. And when you're ready, if you ever are, she will guide you away to the top of the hillside, as she's trained to do for her whole life, and will train to do for many more lifetimes as well. For now, though, she waits. She builds the coast up to a place to be proud of. She builds spaces for her friends to come to rest, and she waits for you all to join her on the other side, where she can guide you to your next adventure. Yay!
Yay!
Let's fucking go.
We didn't even hang out, and oh my god.
Ah, God, I like briefly skimmed over it when you sent it earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna cry. Like, oh God, oh my God, ah. I love you guys. You guys.
I love you guys.
Oh my God.
I'm not crying,
Love
you're
you too.
crying.
Oh God.
Oh.
I'm shaking.
Oh God. I can't believe this. I can't believe this, genuinely. I can't believe that, like, 2.5 years ago now, I sent out a stupid post on a TikTok and got you lot to answer it. Well, some of you I reached out personally, and Steven, you're a funny little exception, but
I heard about it from your now boyfriend, and
it's
was
weird.
like, I want to play D&D again. And Dante asked you, and you said, fuck it. So.
yeah. I mean,
I get to play the first one who fucking responded to that TikTok. Eat shit, all of you.
You know what?
I was on the TikTok gang.
TikTok
gang.
gang,
Yeah.
let's go!
Lovely, lovely.
Oh God, you guys are genuinely like the greatest, and I couldn't have asked for a better party to lead through this silly little adventure for the past 2.5 years. And I guess I just wanted to say thank you. Like,
Thank you.
genuinely, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
The best response.
Listen, genuinely, like, I cannot express how much you guys have changed my life, and, like, that sounds fucking cheesy as hell, but it's true. And, like, I'm excited for what happens next. I'll see you all on the October 30th when we're gonna start campaign 2. And V, hey, we're starting a second campaign. But I just want to let you know you're always welcome as a guest to our table. Like, you're always welcome back.
Definitely, especially after that.
Yeah, like, if
Huh?
if like, for some reason, like, you know, you have a weekend off and you're like, hey, listen, you free? I'll make space, okay? Like,
Aww.
Oh.
I always will.
Wait, I just realized, after everyone, like, dies and is hanging out, like, in the astral sea, Pudge could just go visit you guys and say, like,
Yeah.
proper final goodbyes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the whole point.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
fucking,
it's
oh,
perfect.
nice.
We all
Yeah.
get
Also-
happy endings. Let's go.
Now,
I don't know how the fuck how does it work with Piers considering that he is the War Mage's blade now?
I mean, you've got connections to Solar just because part of your soul
No,
is.
I'm just trying to think about like how does this work now?
I will say,
mean,
definitely, like,
Pain
with
in
Piers-
my ass is what?
Also
True.
a warlock. So, hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
Aren't there 2 other warlocks in the party, and then Pierce has got his own situation? Aren't our souls belonging to our patrons?
Technically, but that doesn't mean that when you die, it doesn't mean like it when you
I
die.
just
like,
assumed that when
You still
Raven
initially
dies,
go to
he
the
goes
same
yeah, you
place.
still initially go to the astral sea when you die.
they just
your
they pick
your
you up,
soul,
like-
your
Me
soul
of,
for
like,
lack of
the
a better
death
term is like
check-in.
yeah, your soul for lack of a better term is like marked.
Death TSA.
Yeah.
I love the idea that it's like, okay, Raven's just on a conveyor belt, and then, oh god, sorry.
But yeah,
Your
anyway,
uncle just picked you up.
I wanted to show you guys some things that I kept.
Oh.
So if you guys
Oh.
want to look at the Roll20, or I guess V, you could just look at the stream.
Oh,
I kept every single level up.
Oh
map.
my god.
So
Oh,
I just wanted to like
taking
I just
forever to load.
oh you're fine. I just wanted to like I have all of them. I kind of want to print them.
You can see the
Do
corner.
it. Outcast
yeah,
our
Keep
look,
them in
let's
like
go.
a file.
yeah. There's
You
like
look
we
at
got
the
Kermit
corner
the
like
Fro-
where we started, and then you're like, hey, I'm gonna
This is level.
expand it.
This is you guys at level 8. Whatever chaos
Yeah.
this is.
Oh my god, that
I'll
was
move it
so
over.
long
We got-
ago.
We got level 9. Hold on, it's loading. God. I have all of them from level. I think I have level 7 as well, but it's not marked, so I'll have to go through that as well. This one, oh my god, this is level 9.
It's Piers.
Oh no!
Oh my
Oh,
god.
this was when we had Johnny Brasspaw.
Yeah.
And so was the
Oh, I should have reached out to you and
mayo.
Brendan.
Petition.
You know what? That
Oh my
chainsaw's still out there.
It is. The chainsaw's still
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
chainsaw
and
man
then campaign
exists.
2.
God,
Oh my god.
this is. Oh
Hey,
god.
I'm just
Oh, you
taking
see where I left. That's
Yeah.
I'm taking in Pud doing the whipping nene, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, that one's fun.
Yeah, I did.
I love my. God, wow.
I love the Hilda was here from when Paige came back for. I think that was when we did the
one
the
session.
wedding one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. And here we got level 10. This is after you would have left, but
Yeah.
Oh
This is
god,
just
oh
new.
god, fucking
Hey,
oh.
Tony!
yeah, this is when Tony joined the party.
I'm loving the dad I flew up over there.
Oh, god.
Dad, I pooped.
Oh right, that's when what was that? I got possessed and then Evander teleported everybody away.
Oh yeah,
my God.
it was like yeah, it was Evander got scared
Yeah,
and teleported everybody
yeah.
away. We had little solo
Yeah, no,
sessions.
Red. I think Red took control, and then, like, right before I could attack him, like, the wild magic went off.
Oh,
Oh
man,
my
I
God.
love frogs.
I'm getting stressed out just having to fucking re-look at the drawing I did of the goddamn Path of Pain. Oh, I can't. I can't.
Okay, it's okay. Let's go to level 12. Let's go to level 12.
PTSD.
We're skipping up. We're gonna go to level 12.
Uh-huh.
This is 11 and 12 together. It appears we drew battle maps and also a gun here.
And a bomb.
That's
Yeah,
what you need for a
big-ass
battle, of
bomb.
course.
Yeah.
This one the most familiar to me.
God.
And
Yeah. We drew an entire
mountain range.
like
Wait.
map.
Where's Tenari? Where's Tenari on this bat? Oh yeah, there you are.
Somewhere around here, probably.
There you go,
Death by
sorry,
into
okay.
the jump back into the Dominion box. Let's go.
Why?
It returns.
No one else was there.
This is great. Oh.
I
learned
forgot
how
I
to
was
make
always
shit
trying to
maps.
hide Tanari from the dumb idiot
I
box.
actually I have
Yep.
to look for you. I hate that I have to actually look for you.
Oh my god. Alright, let's see. Let's roll up to level 13, because you guys are all level 18 now. Well, I think if you guys wanted to,
Fuck you, I
this
moved
is
out of the dumb idiot
Oh
box.
my god, who
just in
just
time.
even drew
no.
a minion? The spam bot in minion. What is this?
Naked man.
Naked man.
Fantasy
No
Subway.
pickpocket.
We are on date number 3.
Oh god.
I think that's when you and Sailun officially started dating. I think it was around this time.
The fucking Lamanbrug flag.
Oh
I'm
my
so-
god.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Fantasy
'cause-
Subway is when we robbed the bank, right?
Yeah, that's when you robbed
Oh,
the
I
bank.
remember.
Robbed a
Tony
goddamn
took
bank.
Sparrow to Subway while you guys robbed the bank.
Wait,
Yep.
okay, so the first bank we robbed.
That's the first
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they robbed 2 banks?
The second one
what?
brought back trauma for Tanari and also gave him $250,000 gold.
Oh yeah, we were gonna
Wow.
spend
And
that
then
on
we
so much stuff.
We've also got the Dragon Horde, so does that count as a third bank? Or...
Oh.
True.
Oh
Hey,
yeah. Hey.
If that's the blue one, that's gone.
Mm.
No, that's still technically there.
It's still there.
Still technically, yeah, and now that it's not powered by electricity, it's safe to enter. So, let's go to level 14. I'm
Yeah.
moving on. Oh, watch
The
Demon
giant
Size.
moon on the last one.
Gosh. I love Pud driving and Raven in the passenger seat.
I feel like it's Elros.
I can't
This
see
is
her
when I
skinning.
joined.
Look, little OO tiefling
This,
with the
this is
glasses.
where, this is when I joined.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
This,
wrote. I did beep. Beep is me.
yeah.
Beep.
This is.
Oh yeah, and wait, and there's all of our hands that we got from the deck of many things.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm
This,
fine
you guys,
with that.
this is when you guys pull from
I'm
the deck
still
of many things.
bored of how fucking stupid our like how perfect what the cards we pulled were.
It was.
pretty
No,
good.
it was amazing. Oh my god, seize. What is this? Seize the means for the beans. That was the Tony
Yes.
arc when everybody was like, and then we've got Alos and Tanari bonding over, haha, I did murder. We got a little
Nice.
possum and Chainsaw Man. Dream XD for some reason.
And has therapy.
This was Hell Arc because we kept drawing boats to try and explain how the fuck the layer
Yeah.
of the boat was. This was Hell Arc.
Oh.
This is also the most boring one, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, not as creative. Anyway, well, we can
It's
level.
the least busy.
Yeah, well, we can head
We
to
leveled
level
up pretty
6.
quickly.
Yeah, we leveled up pretty quickly.
Yes, there's my thing. I'm so proud of that drawing I did of the fucking thumb
The
man for
game
Spy
say
Kids.
winning.
Dip
Oh,
stab. Love that.
My Spy
Wow.
Kids drawing is the best thing I've ever done.
yeah, there it is. I need to print these
Bottom
things
half
out.
is just empty.
Yeah,
Tiny time.
this was when I was leveling you guys up quite fast because I wanted you to be up a higher level when you fought Tiamat. This was
That's Weston.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
drew Weston.
yeah, Weston made it. Thank you for the bonk again.
Oh, good. And
This
the,
is pure just funny
how
helmet.
this power
some man that
A
I drew a
gun.
face.
There's another
Oh,
gun.
looks like they're all
Guns
fighting
just
back.
always make it back. And then there's flies, I'm assuming, that are coming off of this evil peers pile. Do you know about
that's a
Bitcoin?
gremlin. That's
Oh.
a gremlin.
That's Gremlin, never mind. It's purple, so I assumed it was
No, that's a
peers.
finance bro.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what they look like.
Oh,
That's their true form.
understandable, yeah. God, this is great. We got level 17, which was... Oh, there was this one. Right, because I made 2 level 17 ones because I was upset because you just kept writing cock and balls. And I was like, I can't put this on Twitch, guys. Come on!
Hey, there's one drawing on there.
There's
You
one
got a little
drawing.
cat, yeah.
Speckle cat.
Bagel cat.
Yeah.
The fuck word.
Yeah.
This specifically.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Oh, hey, Red Dragon.
Yeah, we got Red Dragon. This is the Blue Dragon fight.
Okay.
I did not delete any maps from all of our adventures.
Aw.
So this is this is when you blew up.
Yeah.
This is when you blew each other up with because I gave you guys 2 minutes to escape and you chose not to.
I heard about
you.
this.
Excuse
Yeah.
you. We
Tanari lost an
expertly-
arm.
Heard about this.
Excuse me. We expertly French kissed that explosion. Fuck you.
Did you? Did
Yeah.
you now?
Yeah.
Hold
well,
on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pud lost the ability to fly for a while and was gruesomely scarred. Tanari lost an arm.
Still have it, by the way.
Pierce lost a piece of his tail.
Yeah,
Yo,
Piers
that-
lost his
wait,
tail.
what?
Yeah.
I have a hole in my lung. I don't know what you're talking
Oh yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
too.
Piers got like speared through like Cacuine style. God.
Hey,
The only
hey, Kayla.
person that walked away from that perfectly fine was Raven.
Hey, Caleb.
Because he got a natural 20.
Hey, Caleb.
I
Can I
feel
do?
like-
Can
Go
I? I want to do a little addition to my shop. Can I get Tonari's arm stuffed and then mount it on the wall?
Oh
No.
my fucking god.
Yeah, you know what? Sure.
Taxidermy?
Sure.
Okay,
Here's
let me-
here's the is this the
Okay, you know what would be better? It's just a really
I
long door
recognize
handle.
this, I
That's
think.
the.
this is
that's the wedding.
this is the same
Oh,
map
this is
different
the fucking wedding!
Yeah, this is the same map different scene. I don't remember what this is about, but you guys, I think I made you fight some monster on a beach apparently. I don't remember this.
Copper
is-
Dragon, number 8.
Oh.
Oh. Is that
Changing the shit cock one.
Yeah, it's still a shitcock one.
Yeah,
it's
fine. It's
you're-
fine. I'm going
Yeah,
through
I
battle
said
maps
liquid
now.
scream.
Listen.
because
okay.
we never had actual maps.
Here we got a boat, which I never actually ended up using because we ended
Aw,
up using
What
our
did-
sh-
I'm
we
sorry.
ended up using our
Okay, no,
shittily
hold
drawn
on.
one as well.
Hold on,
instead.
I'm sorry. We had this the whole time.
Yes, we did.
We didn't use this.
Never used
For
it,
the-
not once.
We didn't use this for fighting the Kraken.
I have the Saloon, with I think that's Sky curled up on the floor.
Love it.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking
yo,
god.
really?
Also, y'all nearly who the fuck was it that sent it? I'm trying to read my damn thing, and Liz, seeing you immediately when I first mentioned Sky, send in chat Sky full of holes nearly made me break. I forgot about that one.
Oh my
What's
god.
full of holes, though?
Sky full of holes, because I have the Glock.
Oh, here's one you'll remember.
Oh no.
Let's
Oh, this is a good
go.
one.
Yeah, this one's a good one. Our beautiful
Why are we in
musical
the
art.
winter outfits?
I don't know. Genuinely, I think
No,
so.
no,
I
'cause
think
you used this twice. This is the second time you used it. It's the same battle map, and then you just removed all the tokens.
I
remember
must have
this.
reused it. But yeah,
Yeah,
this
why is 8
this
there?
is the stage. I don't know why is 8.
Oh my
Why
god,
Why
the
is-
stage? The
Yeah.
stage? For the
Yo.
band? The Battle of the
Yeah,
Bands?
the Battle of
Yeah.
Bands stage.
Why
Turn my nuts on your
Why
face.
why is Vander an 8 there? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I don't remember this, but you know.
I
maybe
think
it's-
this
This is
was
a weird
like,
map.
I think this was used for fuck when what's his face came back. Orion?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? Here. Hey, so you remember when you did the bank heist? This was the
Yeah.
bank I was going to use, but then Liz was so very kind to me and supplied this bullshit.
This one's really nice. I like
Yeah,
this one.
it's,
this
it's an
one,
absolute
Is-
beauty.
Oh yeah,
this
it's
one
cool
had
as hell.
pom pom.
Yeah.
It was
No.
bullshit. It was fun, but it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Did Tanari ever get the cat back? Or did
Uh,
Tanari forget about the
Pom
cat?
Pom is until Tenari takes it back. Pom
Adriana.
Pom is living with Adriana, which you could go take back at any time.
Mhm. Okay,
Yes,
I made
that's
this entire.
definitely something that.
Also,
Didn't you
fuck
hear me
you
mention
guys.
it during the epilogue, Caleb? I said I was gonna go back to the school as soon as we finished and get the cat. Didn't you hear that?
No, I
Also,
didn't,
fuck
but I'll give it
you.
to you. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, can I mention-
Definitely, you said that.
Fuck you guys. I made this entire side passage which they used as a trash chute, and because I was like, oh, this will be a good, funny escape, and then all of you guys ran out the front door. Like,
Like idiots.
That was
It
fun.
was very
Works.
fun.
I know. It's
Fear no consequences.
They went in through the trash chute.
Yeah.
Tenari and Sparrow went in through the trash
I
chute.
know,
As
and
you
I'm
do.
annoyed. I'm annoyed because I wrote the thing, losers come out here, and I was,
Yep.
it's alright though.
Oh,
Also,
it was fun.
Oh yeah, Tenari did use the vent at some point.
Yeah, he went up there just to see what was in it because
Sus?
I pointed it out.
Imposter? Imposter sus?
Yeah, Tenari vented.
Don't worry, I made that exact joke.
Yeah, that's how I got the cat. You can see
Yeah,
the cat
right.
sitting on the couch.
Yep.
Yes.
I took the
power
cat
of
through the
Among
vents.
Yeah, because the alarm was blaring and Pom Pom just sat there not caring.
Cat
Hey,
sus?
Caleb, you would have told us if Pom Pom wasn't a, Among Us style imposter, right?
Anyway, so campaign 2 guys, yeah.
Oh shit, we got the new villain for campaign 2.
Listen. The villain for campaign 1 was a white tabaxi. Now it's gonna be just a white cat. I'm deprogressive.
Is this like a trend?
Yeah. It is.
At least he's consistent, you know?
Listen,
Right?
Yeah.
He's just consistent.
Oh, God, yeah.
White fur, blue eyes, bang on.
Mm-hmm.
What
There we
you
go.
don't know about campaign 2 is it's actually a huge Among Us game.
Oh, that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah. I wonder who's the imposter this time. But yeah.
Haha, that's so funny you
Anyway,
asked.
that's all I had to really show, I guess. I don't know.
God.
I have a very funny little bit, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah.
Out of all the ways this could have gone, out of all the games we could have played, there's no other way I would have wanted to go out, cast.
Fucking stupid.
That's it. I'm ending the stream. That's
No,
it.
we can't-
I can't hate you guys.
No. We can't end campaign 1 off that. That's not how this should end. This is that.
can't do this.
No.
It was the correct choice.
Oh, God, I hate you
No.
guys. Oh.
Wait 30 seconds, if that'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll wait 30 seconds.
You
It's
could
fine.
have said something like, Outcasts will never see you later. Like, there were a bunch of options there.
True.
You say it.
We can all just say goodbye as well. Like we can
Oh.
wave
Yeah.
bye to the audience.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
All right. How about this? Campaign 1 was fun, folks. I feel like I gotta get like,
Oh, yeah.
hold on. You know what I need? I need like that outro music.
Oh my fucking god.
Hold on, what the fuck is the outro music? I'm just gonna go to YouTube super fast. What the fuck is outro?
Trying to find Roundabout or something.
Isn't
No,
Outcast a
ouch.
band? Like, you could play a song.
Oh my god,
Yep.
no
Ah,
copyright.
yes,
Yeah.
get copyright stricken
Here.
so that we can't stream
Last
campaign 2.
episode.
Great idea, Jake.
Yeah. Press sound effect on loop.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, I'm gonna
that's-
add
That's
that.
actually one of the reasons that I guess that's one of the reasons that Outcast with a C is specifically Outcast with a C is because of the joke on the band. That was an original thing that
Yes.
was made when we were coming up with the name.
Yeah. I remember that, because I said
That's
directly,
like a thing.
we have to say with a C so we don't get confused with the band and copyright.
We
Yeah.
were talking about that when we came up with the name.
Yeah, I mean, the urge to just play Hey at the end of
Yes.
this VOD. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get copyrighted. I'm gonna get muted by Twitch if I do that, though.
You don't want to do that on the finale, man.
Maybe.
No.
I mean, the thing is, we ended like 30 minutes ago at this point.
That's fair.
Well,
No.
why don't we just a cappella the song on the way out as we're all saying bye? Caleb, you can do it.
Okay, well, my exit song I was gonna do, or song,
Or
what
what
the
the-
fuck?
or
Oh
the
my
outro.
god. The outro I was gonna do is, this has been fun, and we were supposed to end a couple, like weeks ago, but due to events and Thanksgiving and people not being able to show up, we're ending it now. So I'll see you folks in 2 weeks for campaign 2. Get me your fucking backstories. Christ!
Working on it.
I'm not talking to you, Liz. I'm not talking to Jake either. I'm talking to and also Steven. I'm talking to you two. You two specifically. This is a
Oh my
targeted
God.
attack. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, Caleb, you continued to attack me even after I'd sent it multiple times.
Oh my God, it's fine. It's fun to
Sorry.
attack you.
Okay,
Oh God,
3,
I
2,
hate
1,
you
bye.
all so
It's
much.
heavily based on political shit, and I don't know.
I fucking hate you guys. I'll see you
Bye.
next
Check
time.
out, like, and subscribe.